like, uh, you seem like you're doing absolutely fine on Bel'Veth. I'm gonna review your VOD. I'm gonna look at your mechanics. I'm gonna tell you what type of mindset you should have, right? With that
Yeah.
being said, yeah, if you already purchased the coaching and you want to go through with it, like that's fine. It's just
Mm.
this is
Yeah.
just like a personal thing for me. Just talking to like I don't know if you know people like LS and Maxwell in the past. Like
Hmm.
people really don't give a fuck when they're coaching. So I
Yeah.
always tell my viewers to, like, yo, if you guys really want this and you have disposable income, that's completely fine, right? With that
Yeah.
being said, don't go overboard with it. If you find a coach that you like, fantastic, right? Stick with him. But at the same time, apply and don't just think of coaching as a magical like elo potion, right? Like I'm
No,
teaching you
exactly.
concepts and it's things for you to like learn.
Yeah.
So it's more of just can you apply these concepts, right? Like, what is going on with the mentality slash brain when you're playing these ranked games? Mental is a
Mm.
big part of League of Legends.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I mental boom, and I don't give a fuck. I'm sure if
Yeah.
you watch my stream more than one time, right? Like I'll go to my account. Um, Sometimes League just gets very boring, right? When you're doing the same
Yeah.
repetitive things. But
Yes.
if you go to my account, like, I stopped caring and then randomly one day I woke up and I started caring again and I win, right?
Yeah.
It's just like it's a
Exactly. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
back and forth cycle.
Yeah, I've
Uh,
that's something that streaming has helped me with because now I feel like I have a couple of very very loyal viewers. That's like I have a lot of people that just lurks and type something here and there, but then I have those people who asks questions, keep conversations with me, like quite a lot of them that just like always there, and I feel responsible to make sure that I don't tilt, and it has
right.
actually helped me a lot because now when I go into a game I don't give up. Like if I had a bad start in a game earlier, I gave up immediately, or at least I started playing sloppy, and then maybe if my team actually started like keeping the game alive, I kind of realized, okay, maybe I should actually give a fuck and I actually have a free win here. Now I don't do that anymore, and I feel like just that mentality switch helps me so much. Like
Yeah,
no
exactly.
game is lost until I actually make a really game losing mistake, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's what
sometimes I just don't snowball hard enough to actually keep up with the enemy team's gold lead. Like the first game I sent you earlier when we were talking, the game where I
right.
went like 4-4. I realized it wasn't really any point in reviewing that because I kind of played it as much as I could,
Hmm.
uh, but I could obviously with like me having that like far behind in gold while still trying to stay alive. Like I play Bel'Veth like I can play Bel'Veth, right? So like I
Hmm.
can't just jump into a fight 1v5 just because I'm a little bit ahead. Like it doesn't work
Right.
that way with her. So if my team can't do anything and they just melt, like what can I really do? Like I can just hope that one misplays so I can pick them off and maybe snowball from there. But it didn't happen that game, so it's kind of just like sitting back waiting for an opportunity that never came because the other team played it very good.
All right.
But this game that we are gonna review, I feel like I actually had the upper hand. Now I don't remember why I lost it, but we will both see while we watch it, I guess.
That's good.
Because obviously something happened in that game. Because I was actually very ahead when I watched it back. Um, so yeah, I think that's a good game to review. Because somewhere in that game I lost it.
Okay, sounds good. Do you? Sorry, I'm still trying to get the VOD going, but it's for some reason.
Check, does that work? I sent you a link now.
Uh,
I uploaded it to Google Drive. See if that works.
okay, let's hope
Every
this works.
everyone with the link should work for.
I have to download it. What the heck?
You might have to download it, yes,
I got you.
but I hope it
I have
works.
a decently fast internet, so it shouldn't take too
Alright,
long. 5.7.
alright, good, good.
But
I could,
okay.
I was going to render just that game out of the VOD, but then I was like, but why it will just be faster uploading it the whole VOD to YouTube than rendering it in Sony Vegas and then uploading it, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. And but the
you don't gotta
upload
do all
obviously
that.
didn't work, so yeah.
Nah, you're
Otherwise I would
chilling,
have had it
bro.
copped out.
You're chilling, bro. Don't even stress. I got you. No
Alright,
worries.
good. We know this
Um,
for the next session if we book a new one in the future. Now I know. I'll have it more ready.
like I said, play the games after this, and then really try to apply what I say, and then if you really feel like you need it or you enjoyed the session, then come back, right? But you can
Yeah,
always go to my stream and ask me anything, you know what I mean? Or like watch my VODs, Like
yeah,
like I said, like I want people to actually just get better rather than just, like think of coaching as an elo potion. Because at the end of the day, I mean, my thought process with League of Legends is you're gonna have fun if you feel like you're learning, right? And you're not gonna learn if you're not in the right mentality for it. And at the
exactly.
end of the day, um, even if I'm not playing League, obviously I just want more people to play League, and I think the game is really fun. People are just having just bad mental, right? And also, aside from bad mental, people just cope a lot. So
Yeah,
when I do get into like coaching mode, I will be a bit more blunt, and like less like sugarcoating things,
yeah,
because I always try to let the people that I know, like, yes, some games are going to be frustrating. Yes, some games are going to be unwinnable. But at the end of the day, it's just like focus on what you can control. And that's going to be by far the best way for you to climb, right?
yeah.
Like, it's going to sound annoying. It's going to sound bullshit. But genuinely, when you're playing this game and you want to climb, you can every little fucking thing matters, right? I promise you every little thing matters. So if
Oh
you
yeah, for
get better at
sure.
the little things, like like it snowballs to a big advantage,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, all right, you ready?
I've Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've learned that as well. Um,
Yeah.
I've learned that as well playing the game a lot. I know that like I know myself. I'm pretty aware of when I do a mistake as well. So that's why I have a hard time sometimes with VOD reviews because I know myself where I did the mistake that cost me the game. And I always say like if people watch my streams and stuff, I always point it out like this is where if I lose the game now, remember this moment because this was where I lost the game, like dying before a Baron perhaps, or
Right.
dying with a huge shutdown like in the mid game where it's not when you can't afford dying, if that makes sense. I usually point it
Right.
out like this was the moment where I lost the game.
Okay.
All
Second of
right.
all, before we continue, do you have a replay app like this, like Insights Capture?
No.
You should get this. This is
All
very,
right.
very, very useful because I can just go back into any VOD, right? Like, let's say I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to go back into a VOD. You see how easy it is for me to review something?
Oh yeah,
Like this
yeah,
popped
yeah.
up. This popped up right after game, right? And this is the little
Okay.
things that will matter, right? If you want to look at like a skirmish or something, you can just pull
Mm-hmm.
it up rather than just download the VOD, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So so that's the second thing I want to run over.
Mm-hmm.
Just download this whenever you get the chance, or any type of version that's similar to this, right?
Yeah.
But okay, we'll start the VOD.
Ins
So
Insight capture.
yeah,
All right. I'll note that, so I'll download it after the VOD.
all right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Did you want to ask me about any of the notes beforehand? Because you said you wrote some.
I have some notes if you want to run them
Okay.
over. I don't.
Can
I don't.
you can
Just
you
just some
do?
generals. Yeah.
Yeah, do you mind screenshotting all of it and then just posting it in the Discord DMs so I can know what to like run over and stuff?
All right. Yeah.
Uh, that'll most benefit you.
Just gonna find where in all of the. I have so much stuff open right now.
Bro, you're chilling.
All right. Wait. I'm gonna pull it up here. 2 seconds.
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's see. Here it should be. Right here. I just wrote some stuff down. I'll send it in the Discord chat. Wait a minute. Mm. There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna run over some questions. What are the best clears to do on Bel'Veth? Okay, this one doesn't matter. I'll tell you right now that doesn't matter because it changes with every game. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you
exactly.
exactly why I start Raptors. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
and why it's good. Thoughts of Raptors invade into full red side clearing, killing enemy opponents instantly back. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do a Raptor invade, and I'll tell you right now why. One, when you do a Raptor invade, a lot of things come into mind. Okay, when you do a Raptor
Mm-hmm.
invade, you have to think of a lot of things. One, do you win the 3v3 level 1 topside? 2, can support move. Like, and 3, when you do this, there are a lot of things that go into this game. So for example, I'll show you like hold on. Let me try to get a map out of what you call it, Summoner's Rift.
Because just a fun thing with that, uh, the only thing I did in say 95% of my game going to diamond the first time I climbed it,
Right.
and 95% of the games were me invading the enemy raptors, either taking the raptors, red, Krog, ganking top or bot, depending on like which side I'm on, obviously, or
Yep.
killing the opponent on red or Krugs wherever I found them, and then instantly going from there. Either I go for also a top gank, kills the top laner and the jungler, or I instantly
Right.
back and go and kill the jungler again on my red side, because they usually play emotional after such an invade if they die, and they try to invade
Mhm.
your back, and then you can kill them with item advantage.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
it's
So
something that worked out for me every time, but obviously I have gambled games on that as well and lost
yeah,
because I get collapsed
that's
on.
exactly that's the problem. So when you do Raptors invade, right?
Hmm.
Yes, it's Raptors invade is like instant gratification. It's good. Yes,
Hmm.
you will tilt the enemy jungle. Yes, if they're bad, it'll work. But the second you start going against a jungler that knows what they're doing, you lose instantly, right? You don't
Yeah.
want to do this because a lot of things happen, right? When you invade like this and they warded it and they know,
Hmm.
they can go here, right? They can go to your bot side if they're smart or something. And if you
Mm.
have a volatile bot lane, and let's say you have like a tank or whatever the fuck top lane, and you don't know the matchups, which I don't
Yeah.
expect you to, because a lot of
Yeah.
matchups are learned through pro play. It's gonna make the game ridiculously hard, right? You don't
Yeah.
want this map to be split
No.
when you have a volatile bot lane and your top can't fight, right? Even more
Yeah.
so, it's more of a flippant solo queue. Why? Because this guy might decide to not fight and understand that your top side, your bot lane might be stupid and die to the gank, right? These are
Yeah.
things that are not or not in your control. There are a lot of cheeses you can do with Bel'Veth. I'm sure you know the Raptors into Blue Gromp, right? If you play
Yeah.
Bel'Veth, I know.
Yeah. I've done
Okay,
that a
and then
lot
you know
as
the
well.
late
Yeah.
Raptors. Yeah, there's late
Yeah.
invade Wolves, right? Yes, all these cheeses are good, but it does not help you get better at the game. The only
Yeah.
reason I do it, one, is because it's fun and I flip the game, but also two, because when I played in LCS Academy, I learned the openings in 2021, right? And these are things
Mm.
where I had to sit down and try to understand them, and that's why I got better at them, right? It is
Yeah.
unrealistic for you as a player to get better at it because you'll gain much more LP in the long run by just staying consistent and doing a normal clear, right? And trying to understand like that because you should
Yeah.
just build up your fundamentals. With that being said, like I said, instant gratification. Yes, sometimes it might work, but also you want when you're climbing league, you want to look at this game at a 100 game scope, right? Don't look at the next
Yeah.
10 games. It doesn't fucking matter, right?
No,
You might
exactly.
just
Yeah.
get like the worst troll in the next 5 games. It's going to fucking suck. I know it's going to suck. But if you're playing well, that's all that matters. If you're
Yeah.
losing more than 50% of your next 100 games, it's a problem, right? Because that is enough sample size for you to like think to yourself like, "Oh, I am the problem," right?
Exactly.
You're
Yes.
gonna
It's
get
just.
unlucky, obviously, sometimes, like, shit happens, it's league, you know? There's
Yeah.
demonic people out there, there's people that are gonna tilt. You don't wanna do shit like this because of so many variables that you don't know about, right? On
Yeah.
top of the fact that mental-wise, your teammates, if you fuck this up, someone might tilt, right? Etcetera, etcetera, etcetera. This thing, like you said, is a flip. Yes, it gets
Mm.
you LP, but I don't want you doing it because, like I said, in the long run, you're gonna lose a few games, and when you're climbing and you really want to climb and you care about LP, one loss is a waste of time because one loss is
Exactly.
2 hours, right? One
Yeah.
loss is
Yeah.
2 hours. It's not just 30 minutes, it's 2 hours because you're going to need to win 2 to get that one loss back. And that's
Yeah.
fucking annoying, right?
Yeah.
So play
Exactly.
with consistency and don't do this. Like
No.
I know it's
Yeah.
fun. If you want to do it on like a Smurf, do whatever the fuck you want, right? But when you're
Yeah.
tryharding, do not do things like this. So, and your
Yeah.
third point,
Exactly.
how important are scuttle crabs? I say this on my stream every time, and like it applies every single time. Bel'Veth's passive is unique, right? You get stacks off grub. If you
Hmm.
want to play for grubs, that's fine. There are three
Yeah.
main things when you're playing for grubs. One, you get one. Do you know about the EXP thing where you get double EXP on the first grub?
Yeah. I know that. Yes.
Okay,
The
okay,
first one
right.
is
So
the most
that's
important generally.
right.
Yeah.
So grubs, just like any other objective in the game, just like anything else in the game, get it if it's free. If you don't have priority, do not touch it, right?
Yeah.
And this is where fundamentals come into play. Why would you ever fight this? So I like to the way you play jungle, the correct way to play jungle, there are good and bad plays, right? A
Yeah.
good play is a play
Yeah.
where even if they're ghosting you and they have full vision of you, they cannot do anything about it, right? That's the type of
Yeah.
plays you wanna go for. If your mid and top have full priority and you're winning jungle 1v1, but there's 15 wards on grubs, can he fight you? Probably not, right? Like, it doesn't fucking matter how much information he has. He just can't fight you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're trying to sneak a play, think to yourself, like, is this really a smart play? A lot of times, if you're ever watching my stream, I visibly say or I audibly say out loud, like, oh, this is a fucking flip, right? Why is it a flip? Because sometimes my bot lane is gonna be recalling when I hit dragon. If the enemy jungle randomly decides to show up to dragon, so much of my tempo is thrown away, right? And the way this game works with
Exactly.
clearing, it's just nothing in League is ever free, right? Just remember
No,
that. Nothing
exactly.
in this game is
Exactly.
ever
Yeah, yeah.
free. You will
Exactly.
always, always, always lose something. So make
Yeah.
sure, make sure the plays that you're doing, if they see you, you're gonna be completely fine, right? So
Yeah.
to answer your question with grubs, how important are they? N- like it, again, just like every other objective. If it's free, go take it. If you're mid and top half pro and you're winning jungle 1v1 and your bot lane is fine, just go take like all three, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with dragon, same thing with baron, same thing with rift herald, right?
Yeah.
Like if But the OP thing about grubs right now is, again, with the first epic monster killed, you can just go yoink it and leave, right? So for the most
Yeah.
part, at 5 minutes, but obviously it's a very common like thing to do, right? But again, with
Yeah.
smite, you just one shot it, so it's fine with Bel'Veth's mobility. So that answers your
Exactly.
third
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
Your fourth
Because
question, in which oh, go ahead.
I also was just want to add, I've been now since I got into diamond, I started thinking a little bit like I could flip my way to diamond. It was pretty easy, right?
Mhm.
But since now that I started playing diamond, I kind of by myself made this mindset, and I actually said it in stream now. The most like this whole week, I've said it in stream as well. That what I'm doing right now is playing safe. I'm playing a lot safer now. I'm not gonna play it gambly because obviously, just as you said, I want to win the most percentage-wise games, not gap Timo the like one every so game. I just absolutely destroyed the enemy jungler to the point where he won't play League for a week.
Right.
That happens sometimes when I play the gambling. So right now I've like almost always looked at like what is free on the map. Can I take grubs? No, my top laner is low and is backing off. My mid laner is back. I have no, like, it's a gamble to go for it. I won't go for it. Instead I go for a bot sequence. If I see him doing grubs, maybe I can go to look to invade his bot side because they have nothing to react to it right now, or go for a dragon. Like, that's how I've been playing recently, and I felt like I am in control every single game right now. And as you could see
Yep.
on the Queen Elizabeth account, I haven't lost in a while on that account, even since I started
Right.
playing like this. So it's felt very easy now, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And the thing with that is just you want repetition, right? Like you want to
Exactly, yeah.
be able to create. Do you play chess at all? You know anything about
N-
chess?
no, no,
Okay.
I've never,
So
never. I just know that will tilt the shit out of me.
it's fine. I just wanted to. So in chess, there are things called openings, right?
Yeah,
At the highest level, they do very specific openings because those openings have very little counterplay, right? In chess, you
yeah,
memorize every move up to a certain point. At the highest
yes,
level, anyways, like I'm not insane at it or
mm-hmm.
anything. I just know like about it. But
Yeah,
that's basically what I'm saying with
yeah,
League. The openings
yeah,
that you do, I want you to keep repeating it. Why? These openings are good for a reason, right? Because they
mm-hmm.
don't have counterplay. And if somebody's cheesing you during this opening, you need to understand why it's not good. People tilt, but they don't understand that it's not good, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's
if
actually
this
something I need to ask you, because now that I've been playing safe and not looked to do those early invades, I
right,
had today, maybe it actually was this game that we're reviewing, I don't know. I was up against a Kane. Maybe it was this game, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I won the game, I don't remember. At least the thing I remember is I did my, I think it was my red side clear start. And then he invaded and took my whole other side. I think that was what happened. So he at least invaded me and took a whole quadrant away from me.
right.
Uh, and then I
Oh,
was
well,
like I didn't know how to respond to it, if that makes sense.
yeah, we'll get into that. Don't worry. Like,
Yeah.
um, also, sorry, I just want to like run through your questions before we continue the VOD because most of these things are very, very easy to
Mm.
do. Your fourth question is: in what situation should I pick PTA instead of Conk? In your opinion, I shit you not. Do what feels best. I'm not kidding. Like with Bel'Veth, no, I'm so serious.
Yeah.
It sounds so stupid, And yes, maybe there's something objectively better, but in League of Legends, everybody has their own world of playing this game. Everybody plays this game differently. Everybody sees this game differently, and everybody fights differently, right? It is
Hmm.
impossible for you to fight like me. It is impossible for me to fight like you. With that being said, try out both runes, and whatever one feels better, genuinely go take it. A lot of times, there's going to be champions where there's two rune pages that you can take, and you should just take the one that feels best to you slash is working the best for you, right?
Yeah,
Like, obviously, I could tell you which one to take, but at the end of the day, like, there's a specific playstyle to both. I've played hundreds of Bel'Veth games, so I know this. But the way
yeah,
I've seen some people play Bel'Veth, PTA is better with their playstyle, and sometimes Conquer is better, right? I think
yeah,
objectively, if you want an answer for that, Conquer is always going to be better because Conquer is a little bit less coin flip.
yeah,
Conquer is a little bit less coin flip. So if you really want the consistent, better rune, go Conquer, right?
yeah.
Your fifth thing, what are the best items for X situations? For example, do I want Bork's second item or do I want LDR? Is Terminus good? In what scenario should I ever consider a Black Keeper? Is Bork better than Ghostblade for damage? Okay, so here's the
It's a
thing.
wide question. That was kind of like I just wrote
No,
it
you're
down
good.
for myself to explain it to you.
Right.
Like kind of
So
just said
so
things,
you're
cause
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Cause
Okay.
like some items confuses me. Like Black Cleaver, I've tried it out and I've never felt like it makes like it feels good. Terminus, very rarely I have built it and actually felt like it feels good. So I'm just wondering, like, cause like statistically, what I think doesn't make sense with what the statistics say. Same with Stridebreaker, right? Stridebreaker has an insanely high play rate and an insanely high win rate, but I never play Stridebreaker because I don't think it feels like as good as like going a Death Stance, Wits End, or Bork as a third item, for example.
Right. Okay. So I'll answer every single question. In terms of item with Bel'Veth, these are the best items, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch Ghostblade. Ghostblade is good. It's good on Bel'Veth, but
Yeah,
it makes her 3 times harder to play, and I don't ever recommend it on my stream because the way
yeah,
you abuse Ghostblade is you're perma up tempo and
yeah,
you're abusing Bel'Veth's mobility on the map to like perma make picks. Bel'Veth is a really really shit team fighter, right? Like
yeah,
if you're ever even, you are completely fucking worthless, right? But
yes,
Bel'Veth as a champion should never be behind, right? That's how you play Bel'Veth. You're
yeah,
permanently up tempo, right? You farm too
exactly, yes,
fast, you move too fast, you fight too fast, right?
yeah,
That's why Kraken Yomu's LDR as a 3 core is insanely strong, but at the same time, um it's at the highest levels, at high challenger, you're a bit reliant on your teammate.
yeah,
That's one. And two, I don't ever recommend anybody go it. Some of my viewers go it and they've had success with it. Yes, it works, but I strongly do not recommend it because you need to know about a lot of concepts. And like
yeah,
if you're slow on shit, like
yeah.
it'll stop working, right?
I
So
think
if
I I think I have insane win rate with Ghostblade, to be honest. Well,
okay,
I
if you like it, that's fine, right?
I
I'm just saying, it's
the
harder. It's a harder
Yeah,
build.
it's a lot harder. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder because you all of a sudden start playing her as a pure assassin, only looking for picks, but you're so insanely faster on the map, and you show up
Right.
everywhere, pick someone off, and then you're gone.
Exactly.
It's
Ex-
very fun to play, but also I don't know. It's like it depends because this patch I have not touched Ghostblade. Last patch I played it almost every game where I was ahead just to stay ahead. So like if I
yeah.
got ahead, I built Ghostblade and I just perma snowballed like they couldn't do anything against me with
Right.
with Ghostblade second. But that was like say I had Ghostblade always before 15 minutes. That's my second item. So I had like two items while they just reached one item. I was just shitting on everyone. That's kind of when I went Ghostblade. So only when I was very snowbally.
Yeah, it's completely fine.
But
So if you want to do like, I'll just answer the questions in the thing,
yeah.
right? Because you're
Mm,
asking about a lot of questions. If you want to do the Ghostblade build, this is the Ghostblade build every single time without fail. Okay,
mm-hmm.
this will always be the Ghostblade build. You always go LDR third because LDR is with this build. There are three things to keep in mind. One, obviously tempo and being permanent ahead. Two,
Mm,
the reason why this build is good is because you only you only have one weak moment in this build. When you base, you have Noon Quiver. If you don't have Noon Quiver, you have Double Longsword. If you
mm,
at your second base, you'll get Recurve Bow. The only weak point in this build is when you're waiting for Kraken. That 1000 gold because Crit Cloak is a shit base, right? But
yeah,
that being
yeah,
said, after you get Kraken, Double longswords, serrated dirk. Very good bases if you have to recall because you're still getting something. Same thing with like the movement speed item, longsword into the 900 gold item, right? And then you're waiting for Yomu's, another strong spike. Same thing with LD, like your second weak point is when you have to wait for the completed LDR, right? Like
Yeah,
again, like I said,
the
double
Chris
longswords.
Cloak.
Yeah, double longsword with fucking last whisper, and you get the point.
Yeah,
This is the build. If you want to go a safer build, recently I've been going whatever build on my stream because I just wanted to show people, and I do genuinely believe this. Bel'Veth, it doesn't fucking matter what you build. It does, but like it doesn't. Like
yeah,
the only
she's
thing that
always good.
matters on this champion, just focus on how you fight, genuinely,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And like if you want to go a second build, obviously there's the Kraken stride boots and then whatever the fuck, right?
yeah,
Uh don't build Black Cleaver. It's shit on Bel'Veth. Don't do it. I've
yeah,
tried it. Don't like it.
yeah. Nice,
If you want
exactly same.
Terminus is fine with a bruiser build, right? So,
Yeah,
like DD/Wits. I'm sure you know about DD/Wits because I saw your OPGG. Those two
yeah.
items are
That's what
very
I build
strong
the
on Bel'Veth.
most.
The only items you should ever go, so if you want to go this build, this is the build that you're gonna go, right? This is specifically with this build. Don't do this with any other build, right? You
Mm-hmm.
go Kraken Ghostblade LDR boots into DD/Wits. Unless your team has a lot of CC and like a lot of frontline, then you can go Collector into BT, right? Either one works. But
Yeah.
with this build specifically, those are the items that I tested out and shit, and it worked for me. And others have tried it and they liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, with the Bruiser build, the only items you should ever build on Bel'Veth, ever, ever,
Mm-hmm.
are Kraken, maybe Stride, but Stride is what I call like a noob clutch item because yes, it's
Yeah.
good, but the components are shit. And you
Yes.
realistically do not need the slow to hit the W because you have your smite mid game, and your smite is enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your smite is enough. I've literally been going Stride Breaker and still popping off, even though I don't like it, because I just want to prove a point. Like it doesn't fucking matter. Like
Yeah.
it really doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But with that being said, Stride is fine. Terminus, go Terminus always. If you're gonna go the Bruiser build, do not touch Black
Mm-hmm.
Cleaver.
Yeah.
DD is a very strong spike. Wits End is a very strong spike. Jack Show is
Mm-hmm.
a very strong spike.
Yeah.
Um, Outside of these items, you should never put anything else on Bel'Veth inside of a given game. Like you don't need anything else.
No,
Um,
because
so
what I usually build. Today I've built a lot like Kraken first.
right,
Usually I've been heavily ahead every single game at the start. So what
right,
I have felt that I need isn't like specifically any more defensive items. So I've gone like a Bork second item for more damage, and it's felt
don't go
very
Borg.
good. Then I go
Oh, you like
into
it?
either a Wits End or Death Stance. If I build Death Stance, then I go Wits End after. If I go Wits End, then I go Death Stance after, and then I end off with a Yak Shoe. That's kind of how my builds have been looking today. What I've done like most of the time is go Kraken into either Death Stance or Wits End, and then the other after the other if they still have mixed damage, if that makes sense.
Right,
Uh, then I've built into like maybe a Yakshu, maybe a Bork, maybe a Terminus, kind of depending on the situations, right?
right,
This is where I want to dial down like what items is actually better in said situation. Because I feel like I played the best with Bel'Veth, and I go obviously Kraken first always. If I want to be like a fighter, which I usually think I play like, then I usually go Death Stance if they're more heavy AD than AP. But I always enjoy playing Wits End more than Death Stance because I feel like I snowball so hard with Wits End. So if they have a little bit more magic damage than AD, and I can fit a Wits End as a second item, I feel like I do so much damage, and also I can't die, I feel like. And then Death Stance third, and then I'm unkillable.
okay.
Uh, I don't know if that's
Um,
a good build. I don't know.
uh,
I
Everything you said completely fine. If they're more AD heavy, yes, always build DD. Wits
Mhm.
End is completely fine if they're even if they have if the one AP is fed and they have like decent CC, you want to build this because maybe
Yeah.
they have one AP, but the rest of their
Yes.
team is AD. You don't want to pivot into Merc Treads. You want Ninja Tabi, right?
Yeah.
So the
Exactly.
tenacity from Wits End is really what you're looking for. Like you said, always
Exactly.
build
Yes.
Jack less.
Mm.
If you enjoy Bork, keep building it. I think it's a bad item on Bel'Veth because Bork, it's it's like an in between of Ghostblade slash the Bruiser build, and I don't like that. Like
Mhm. Yeah.
it feels weird. That's
Yeah.
one, and two, Bork as a finished item is amazing. Bork's components are complete dog shit,
Yeah.
especially as a second item. Like
Yeah.
absolute, like dog shit because you're you're also not getting any fucking HP. The
Yeah,
reason
exactly.
why
Yeah.
Wits End slash DD is good on Bel'Veth, obviously DD for obvious reasons, right? Like the reset is very strong and the
It
burst
works
of
well
health you
with
get.
areas. Yeah.
But the reason why Wits End and DD work is because of the health you get from ult. And that's why I say you're permanently up tempo, right?
Yeah.
Keep that ult, keep getting kills, keep making picks, keep getting objectives. Because if you're playing a good game of Bel'Veth, you're gonna have ult 90% of the game, right? And
Exactly. Yes.
that's
Yes.
that's where you're getting the health from. And that's why I think Stride is like a crutch because you don't need that health, you don't need that slow. So what are you
Yeah.
building Stride for, right? Like
Exactly.
what
Yes.
you're getting 50 AD, 450 health is nice, like, yes, like I said, but it's just like a lot of champions put Leandries, right? Where it's just
Yeah.
okay, if they want to rush Leandries, Wits End is better. You get the tenacity, you don't need the slow, right?
Yeah.
But again, like I said, worry about this, but don't worry about it too much because
Mm.
at the end of the day, Bel'Veth's strongest points and the points that matter are
Mm-hmm.
before you get Kraken and during Kraken. And that's what's going to decide the game for you. Like if you watch this VOD from me right here, this whole game blows up before Kraken, during
Yeah.
Kraken. And after Kraken, it just doesn't matter anymore, right? Because at this
Yeah.
point, I'm either griefing, which I was, right? I wasn't fully focused, and like I
Yeah.
threw here, but like look
Yeah.
at the map state, right? Before and during Kraken, 402. Enemy
Yeah.
jungle is completely shut down. If I just don't fuck up, which I shouldn't,
Yeah.
like this game's over, right? And
Yeah.
that's the only point you should be worried about.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, but that's to answer your questions on the builds. Do you have any other ones, like before I continue with the others?
Mm, I just kind of want to know, like, to specifically go into Terminus. When is Terminus actually worth building, and what position in the item order should it be? Should it? Because I have argued that if you want to build Terminus, you want it as early as possible. Obviously, never first item of because Kraken is always first. But since Terminus give a flat amount of magic damage on hit, I've always seen it as the faster you get it, the stronger it is. But maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
Terminus. If you're gonna build Terminus, only go it when you're going the Bruiser build. Never build Terminus with the Ghostblade build. That's one and two. Always build Terminus third. The reason you want
Yeah.
this is because whatever build you're going, Stride second, Wits End second, DD second, or even Bork second, right? Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Those
Mm-hmm.
items are always better second because you're building Terminus one or like 50% of it is the armor pen, right? And
Mm-hmm.
most of the
Yeah.
time, by the time you get the third item,
Mm-hmm.
sh- items like Last Whisper, Black Cleaver, Terminus, you get these items even if they don't have armor. Why? Because they will get armor. One, because of scaling armor, right, on the enemy team. And two, you're
Yeah.
getting it in case they get armor, right? Because you don't want
Yeah.
to be in a position in the game where they finished armor items and now you are struggling to get Last Whisper and now you need it for a fight, if that makes sense, right? If you're
Exactly.
ahead,
Yeah.
you want this item because even if they build it, you're just like, okay, who cares? Yes, in the moment, you're gonna be suffering from a little bit of resistance and damage, but it's more of like a failsafe, right? If this game does
Mm-hmm.
not end,
Yeah.
then I'll have it. Also,
Yeah.
um, it's like a whatchamacallit? I mean, it's like if you're ahead, you don't need more damage, right? So build the
Yeah.
items that you need to build. Historically, in the past with bruisers, it was GA, right? GA was a win more item. You buy it
Yeah.
third slash fourth because you're already winning so hard, and the only way they win is if they kill you, right? That's why GA, Zarya, Stopwatch, these items are so fucking broken because
Yeah.
there's no way for them to get ahead, right? It's like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
That's like kind of the same with like Last Whisper, right? Just because they don't have the armor does not build mean like they can't build the armor, right? If you look at
Mm-hmm.
my game, or even like specifically your game, like Yi can easily build Death Stance, Jin can build Ninja Tabi if he wants, this Cassidy can build Frozen Heart, this Gragas can build like Zanya's, right? Etc.
Yeah.
etc. etc. Just because they haven't doesn't mean they can't, right? And like I said, you want to be if you're ahead, build it
Mm-hmm.
third, always
Mm-hmm.
third,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
you'll be completely fine.
All right.
Um,
So
if that answers your question.
so sometimes I build Bork as a third item to like have because it has percentage health damage, but then maybe Terminus is always better than Bork.
Yeah, I'm like, actually no, I'm 100% sure Terminus is
Yeah.
better than Borg third. I was
Okay.
gonna say like
Yes.
95, but I'm actually 100% sure Terminus is better than
All
third
right.
every
Good.
single time.
And would you say if say I have built Kraken into Death Stance, do you feel like Terminus would
Terminus
be
third, yeah,
better
yeah,
than Witsend?
it's still, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good. Then I have something new to try out a bit.
Um, and then you ask when do I play aggro and when do I play passive? That's not really a question that I can answer because every game is different, right? And I'm gonna go
Situational,
over
yeah.
the board and help you out, right? You asked what should I
I
do?
think that was a viewer question actually.
Yeah,
Someone.
it's just too
Mm,
like game to game specific. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
playing the game, and I know that's gonna be frustrating to hear, and I'm sorry to say it, but I can't just
No,
tell
no,
you,
no.
yeah,
That's fine. I think it was a viewer that wanted me to ask it, and I kind of answered it the same. That's probably dependent of how the game looks right now. Maybe I need to play aggro to actually do something useful.
right.
Yeah.
You asked what should I do in the mid late game? In the mid late game, always look for flanks and always try
Mm-hmm.
to be in bushes first. And I'll explain this concept when I run through the VOD. When to
Yeah.
farm slash gank, same thing as like the aggro slash passive. I view
Yeah.
that as the exact
When it
same
will.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what do you think about Shred Breaker? I basically answered that, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Personally, yeah.
I
You
just kind of speeded up the question.
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
But okay. Any more questions about items before we start the VOD?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, ready?
Yes. Yes. Let's go.
All right. Walking into this game, what are you thinking? This game start. By the way, every League of Legends game starts right here. The second loading screen starts. Honestly, the second all 10 champions start thinking. Right
Yeah.
here is when the game starts, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
When they lock in this champion. So let's wait. Okay. So pause. What are you thinking? How do you want to path? What do you want to do? What's going through your head when
Mm.
you look at this?
I'm gonna be honest and say right now my head is probably pretty empty.
That's completely fine. Like we can
Yeah.
just do hindsight.
I've.
Hindsight, like these
Mm.
champions, like what do you think they want to do and what do you think your champion wants to do with them?
Kassadin obviously wants to scale. I don't know how Yin is right now, but he has usually been a kind of a scaling champion as well, right? Yana isn't that aggressive either, so they have a pretty volatile bot lane. Master Yi, I don't know actually much about him, how he is right now. Gonna
Right.
be honest, I haven't played against him a lot. I don't know if he likes to gank early or get level 6 as fast as possible or just farm to items, but he spikes on items, right? He's pretty useless without items. Goes with most champs.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's
but
pretty strong
he,
early too.
yeah, but he's, I'd say Master Yi would never look to cheese me probably, right? At least I don't think I would have
Y-
been scared
They
of him
definitely
invading me.
they definitely can. Like Bel'Veth's
Uh,
weakest point is when she has her E down, right? And she does have
yeah,
to use E in her clear, and
yeah,
a Bel'Veth player will know that, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
there's
yeah,
only like certain camps where you can use E on because it's a 22-second cooldown. With that
exactly,
being
yes.
said, that's completely fine. First and foremost, try your best to start
Mm-hmm.
thinking more about lanes, right?
Yeah,
I don't expect you to like be able to learn it immediately, but I want you to start thinking about the champions you're interacting with, right? So you walk into
yeah,
this game, like you said, like bits and pieces and general information, right? You know that Jen and Janna aren't aggressive, and you know that your bot lane probably wants to fight. You didn't
yeah.
speak about top lane at all, which was something that I noticed when you were
Mm-hmm.
speaking about these things.
I think,
All three
yeah.
lanes matter, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, and
For the most part.
I think I usually play around top a lot. I feel more comfortable playing around top because it's a 1v1 lane where they usually top laners always look to fight each other, so it's usually very easily to just squeeze in a gank and it usually always results in a kill on top lane.
Right. It
But,
just it just changes, right, from game to game.
but
And like the wave states.
yeah, and but I've kind of tried to change my mindset into going into bot lane more just because there are two people to tilt on bot lane. And also I just feel like those games that I hard lose is always because of bot lane. Either my bot lane is eating hard or their bot lane is like running us over. It's never ever any other lane that feels that impactful than a bot lane for some reason. At least in my games, I feel like the only games I lose it's because of their goddamn bot lane.
Right.
So
So again, like I
yeah,
said, don't think like that. Don't think
no,
about that. Like, don't walk into the game thinking about bot lane's gonna tilt, top lane's gonna tilt, etc., etc. Just look at the champions and play around your champions, right?
yeah, yeah,
So for right now, I can just tell you, like, this is a very brief example. Your
mhm,
Ari wants to move, right? Ari is a champion that wants to move, and she's very strong at invading with you. So already right there out the gate, you have mid pro. You know you can win.
yeah,
Like Master Yi versus Bel'Veth, kind of a skill matchup, like 50-50. Honestly, like 60-40. Master Yi will win if he's better. With
hmm,
that being said, like you said, right? You already identified two or three things that's important. Your mid has prio and can move. Your bot has prio and can move, right? Or your
Yeah.
bot wants to fight at the very least and can move, and your top, I think Gragas can neutralize the lane, right? But very strong skirmisher. With that being said, things like getting a Raptors ward is going to be very important this game, right? Because if your laners can move, it's not ever going to be a 1v1. It does not matter if you lose 1v1 in the jungle, right? Because your laners are first. With that
Yeah.
being said, obviously, learn about concepts of when the wave actually crashes. Jungle's misconception is like prio is when they're slow pushing a wave. That's not prio. Prio is when you're invading and their wave is completely crashing at the turret, right? If you're
Yeah.
doing it sooner, you're you're forcing them to kind of drop shit and like their wave is going to be in an awkward spot, right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you're fucking them over.
Yeah.
But obviously, look at every situation, and that's why in a game like League, focus like you need to focus a lot. Trust me,
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
focus like a lot. You need to
Yeah.
notice
For
a lot
sure.
of small things, especially
I.
as jungle. If you want to like have bits, like every little fucking thing matters, right? Like if you're pathing
Yeah.
top and your camps are done and Gragas has no E, you need to notice that, right?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, Gragas no E is a very important, spell
Mm.
for like a gank, right?
Yeah.
No E, no flash. But yeah, we can just continue to it, or
By
we
the
can
way,
start the game.
I think this is the wrong WOD. By the way, we have to go to like 37 minutes. I think that's the wrong game. I won that game. I
Oh,
think
you're
it's
chilling. This one.
it's it's this game. Yes, this game it is.
Okay, you're chilling.
Alright.
Same with this one. I'll just run
Yes.
through it, right? Just like
Yeah.
bits and pieces of information. Top lane's probably going to be volatile because your Camille has no flash and he has ignite, right? With that being
Yeah.
said, Fiora probably gets pro, right? Your mid does not get pro. It's usually like that range versus melee mid, right? They crash
Yeah. I
first
think
three
so.
waves, and then Kiana will have the bounce back. Your bot lane, wait, it's talent mid. What the hell? Oh,
No,
Oriana
it's
support. Sorry.
Talon Jungle. Talon Jungle.
And Fiddlestick support?
Fiddlestick support. Yes.
Jesus.
We couldn't know. We
Okay.
couldn't know at this point, but yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So same thing, right? Like Ori
Yeah.
into whatever. Like you're
Yeah.
winning jungle 1v1. You're
Yeah.
pretty hard. And bot
Yes.
lane is just, whatever the fuck. Double range, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not gonna know, and that's completely fine. So I'm gonna first touch up on the Raptor start, right?
Mhm.
The reason why this start is so strong on Bel'Veth is because of three things. And most junglers. One, you can't get cheesed.
Yeah.
It's like impossible
Yeah.
because even if they contest your raptors, if you get the little ones, you'll still be able to get like another camp, right? The only time your game gets fucked over is if you missed a smite on the raptor. That's why it's such a strong start. Two,
Yeah.
the reason why raptors is a strong start is because always try to get a raptors ward or ask for it, right?
Yeah.
Um, if they're pathing down and your mid bot have prio, you walk in, right?
Mhm.
If they're pathing up and then maybe you can invade red. If they're pathing up and as well,
Mm.
and you clear and you lose 2v2, then you can also just go back for your second Raptors after bot Crocs, right? Like these
Yeah.
openings, like I said, are just very static. Like it's a good opening for a reason. With that being said, you asked a question earlier about Kane invading your top side, right?
Yeah.
Um, you have a ward, right? This is
Exactly.
where
Yeah.
thinking about cheeses, like this is where the second you get cheese like that, you need to start remembering it in the future. If I start Raptors here, can they late invade me top? Chances are, yes. Champions like Kane can go Raptors to your blue. An easy fix, ward it. If you see him take
Mhm.
your blue, now you have like multiple options, right? You can either go to his bot side, you can invade his top side because his red and Krugs are up, right? If your top and
Mhm.
mid have prowl, walk into his top side. You can even maybe, well, nah, you probably won't be able to do it fast enough. I was gonna say get level 3 and like fuck with him at Gromp. I mean, it depends on the champion, right? Some champions you
Yeah.
can do that with, right? Like Graves Kindred might want to do red to blue, and maybe you can catch them off. With that being said, this is why I say these openings are good, right? Because if you're using your wards, um, they can't just do shit like this because they will get
Exactly.
punished,
Yeah.
right? Because remember what I said earlier, nothing in League of Legends is free, right?
Yeah.
You don't get to just fucking do this. And you're staying on your bot side getting level 3 and they have to go from their red to your blue to your Gromp, and if they have no prowl, they're dead. If they do have prowl, completely fucking fine. Walk into their bot side, right? And get one camp. And now, look, if he does red, blue, gromp, and he notices and wards that you're here, but your mid and bot have prio, he has to run all the way back, but he can't do it. Let's say your mid and bot don't have prio, right? And he does
Mm.
this cheese, then that means you know exactly where he is, and now you're getting level 3 and you can gank mid or bot level 3, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because they're going to be level
They're.
2 and you know it's going to be a numbers advantage, right? So you're
Yeah.
always going to get something, whether it's a flash, if it's a kill, opposite side of the map camps, etc., etc. Does that make sense?
Yes. That does make sense. Yes. Yes. So
Okay.
I just need to be better at that because I usually saved my word just because, you know, when I did these cheeses, I always put it to know when they came. Like if I did his raptor, like in this game, when I'm on that side of the map, I take
Right.
his raptors, I put the word, you know, you probably know where I put the word, right? It's in the bush,
Right.
like over
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
raptors, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd always see him come into the jungle and realize, oh shit, my shit is gone, and I'd always see if he's either going like straight line down to my red side while I'm doing my blue side. Uh,
Yep. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I always got the information, so I always know. And if he never showed that the word, then I knew he had already gone for my bot side, and he probably had vision on me invading him, right?
Yep. And that's why like wards are very important level 1, right? Like I
Yeah,
said, same
exactly.
thing with chest openings. Like think, right? If they
Yeah,
can invade you, cover it.
yeah,
Like it's not, like don't
yeah,
rely on your teammates, just fucking do it, right? I'm lazy. I don't give a fuck most of the time.
yeah,
But like like you need like, Raptors ward right here is very important, and if they can choose you, this ward is very important, right? Like I
yeah,
said, nothing is ever free.
yeah.
So we'll continue the VOD. Don't stand here, level 1. Small thing that matters a lot. Stand right here.
Mm-hmm.
It matters, right? It's called a 5 point for a reason. If
Wait,
they can
okay,
just walk in
stand.
like this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
So
see
I
my
should.
mouse?
Yeah, I see your mouse.
Okay. You see right here?
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. In my game, very standard opening, and it
You
matters a
want.
lot. You,
You always stand there.
yeah, you always stand
Okay.
here. It's called a
Mm-hmm.
5 point, right? He covers this
Mm-hmm.
entrance, you cover this, Ari covers mid, Senna should be here, and Jin stands here, right? Now they have no way
Mm-hmm.
of entering your jungle without you knowing. If you stand
Yeah.
here, you see where the problem is?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can just walk
He
in,
can walk in.
right? And
Yeah.
some junglers will take that flip and walk in and like,
Yeah.
IQ check you. And then
Yeah.
now you're fucked. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe your top side is worded and you don't know. Maybe he's just starting your wolves or blue. How can you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't let him do this. So
Yeah.
very easy fix already that you're gonna, it'll go a long way in future games. I
Yeah.
know this start is like this is more of like a lazy start, like, oh, like maybe he won't do anything. I'm just, like I'm gonna be here anyways. I don't want to click, but no. Game starts at 0 seconds. Stand here. Okay. Very easy
Yeah.
fix.
Yeah.
And now look, now you're
I
walking
actually
here,
did the
you have no information.
I actually did the Raptor with this game.
Completely fine.
Yeah.
But like you see how this is a flip as
And
well?
this
Like,
is this and
yeah,
now he
like
was
what
here
if this
actually.
is warded? Like what if their top laner's right here? Now what? You know?
Yeah. And now he threw a
Luckily,
W and now I fight him.
yep. Luckily,
Yeah.
Fiora did not come. But this is completely fine. That's good. He's chunked.
And now it's kind of they kind of made me like kind of awkward, right? What do I do now? So that's why I kind
Yeah,
of just walked around like a headless chicken for a while.
yeah. And you see where the problem is now? Now you didn't like there's so many things you didn't cover for. What if he does his bot side and see your bot side? What if he doesn't? And now he saw you cross from Raptors red to, bot side, and now he can just farm his top side and it's like an even clear, right? And there's a lot of things you're not even thinking about. His Raptors is gonna be level 4, while yours is gonna be level 1 if he doesn't take your bot side, which means he's gonna get more clear on his second round, right? You're splitting the
Mm.
map, but it's just like, can they dive bot? You know? This
Yeah.
is why, like, like a
I
lot of shit can happen,
I think I
and it
run to
is a
my
flip,
chickens now. If
right?
yeah.
And this is a problem, right? There's not
Mhm.
a single other camp in this game that can give you level 3 after you do Raptors. There's
No,
not
I
a
know.
single one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So already you fucked up early game because
Yeah.
this guy can quite literally, if he warded this, see that you went back to your bot side or make an educated guess that you went from Raptors to your blue Cromp. If you want level 3, he gets level
Yeah.
3 and then he walks into your bot side. You can't be level 3 for this. It's impossible. You know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, and look how lost you are. Like you said, you're literally
Yeah.
down so much tempo already. I just
Yeah.
wanted to like, I really want to like, drill in these points because I really don't want you like doing this fucking flip, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want you to have like static games where it's very fucking consistent, right?
Yeah.
Already you fucked up again. You just smited. What if he has smite? Then what? Your game's over. Your game's quite
Yeah.
literally over, right? Because if he
Yeah.
takes that and he took your Raptors and you have no smite and you have no E, this guy stares at you at Krugs, and what can you do? You know? Or
Yeah.
even worse, he can just fucking walk away, and now he's up so much tempo. Because look, red, red, Ra- red Raptors, Gromp level 3, blue Wolves, red Krugs, GG.
Yeah.
Whereas you have to do this, and then you have to do Krugs, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, look how much time you're fucking wasting on the map, you know?
Yeah.
Uh, So already, like, you're losing early game really hard.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, this just feels like shit, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you and I both know you don't want to fucking do this. You
Yeah.
just took a flip and the flip didn't work. And it didn't work because you were completely lost on the map, right? And this is why,
Yeah.
like, don't learn all this, like all these openings. Don't learn what you have to do. Like, there's just so much information that you need to know that's just gonna make the game harder for you, right? I'm a big believer of making the game easier for you. Just do shit that makes it easier for you to think and easier for you to like repeat these actions so you get really, really consistent with it, right? Because let's say you do a standard opening and you do your like your wards. Let's say somebody flips your Raptors blue Gromp. Now you know what to do, and this guy's gonna be fucking lost, right? And chances are you win that one game, just because you've been through that scenario so many times. And also another problem with this flip, you see this? A, a, a very strong point about jungle is that you hit level 4 fastest in the game, right? You
Yeah.
all like most junglers hit level 4 at 310, 315, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's
That's
that
what I
that's
usually
strong,
do
right?
when I full
Right.
clear. Yes.
And now when you do this cheese, you see what the problem is? You're so fucking desperate for a gank. And that
Yeah.
gank won't even give you EXP, right? You're
No.
just
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
you're so desperate. You never ever ever want to be in a position where you're fucking desperate. If you're desperate, you fucked up somewhere. I promise you, if you play a clean game and like you're playing the correct plays or whatever the fuck, you're never gonna feel desperate, even if you have 3 losing lanes. Like I promise, you're never
Yeah.
gonna feel desperate. Right here, look, you- you're just begging for them to end. And luckily, this guy did end. Look, this guy's stupid as hell too, right? Look how
Yeah.
stupid this guy is. He took your Raptors, he took blue, but for some weird reason he didn't take Gromp, right? Because he doesn't know that Gromp gives level 3. This guy probably fucking went wolves. If I hold tab right now, I'm willing to
Yeah.
bet he
He
has
did.
12 CS. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did wolves
He did
because he
wolves.
doesn't know. You see?
Yeah.
And now you're just completely flipping the fact that the enemy talent sucks. But how shit does this feel? Even if you get this kill, think about this. He did Raptors, blue Gromp, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolves, right?
Yeah.
You're using your conditions for this mid gank, and now he walks into your top side. How's that like your game's over? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
over, but it's just like you're gonna be fucking pissed off, you know?
Yeah.
Again, you played it well, right? But again, this is exactly what we want to avoid, right? When you're walking into
Yeah.
like the future and
Desperate
like
plays. Yeah.
what you're trying to get to these coaching sessions. Like this is a flip. This
Yeah.
is not replicable. This is not
No. Yeah.
replicable. Uh, Even like the next 5 games, if you fucking like repeat this game, you will never get the same opening, right? And you do not
No.
want this shit. But that's why Bel'Veth is a strong champion because
Yeah.
she can turn these like shit scenarios and get you a free few wins. But what makes her really OP is that she can play a really clean game and you can win like that too, right?
Yeah.
Focus on the fundamentals, focus on the clean games, and then start to build your way up to the cheeses and like
Yeah.
understand when it's actually good, you know?
Exactly, yeah, and that's what I've been
So
doing. In them like this was probably the one game I didn't, and I lost it as well. Because I have been like, okay, now we're gonna play it fundamentally right. Like we're gonna get our shores done because Bel'Veth gets them done so fast. Like she clears her whole jungle super fast, and you will always
right.
have better tempo on the map. If the enemy jungler somehow is ganking more than you, that means he's always leaving something up for you to take. So I've been
Yep.
like, some games I've been like level, say, just for example, just because I remember this very vividly, I was up against a jungler that was very desperate. He ganked
Mhm.
all the time, and he always left one side up, and I always knew which side it was because I was tracking him very good. So I was
Yeah,
like level
exactly.
14 when he was level 11, and had better kill participation than him because his ganks were him being like a caster minion going into lane. So he
Right.
never got anything from the ganks because he was so weak. And if I
Yeah.
counter ganked, he was dead. And if
And I
I,
want you to
yeah, I just
go ahead.
counter invaded him, so he had nothing to take that game.
And I want you to also remember something. Like you're always gonna get another timer, right? Even if they level
Yeah,
3 gank after you're level 4, chances are they need to farm their camps, which means you get a timer, right? And if you
yeah,
don't have a timer, you can still just keep farming, right? Don't ever be
yeah,
desperate. Also, small thing here. If you have 1300 gold, go base.
yeah.
Like
Okay,
I'm
instantly,
gonna
yeah,
show you why it matters. Yeah.
yeah,
You already have Noon Quiver. What are you farming for?
yeah,
These camps aren't going anywhere, right? But
yeah.
now, look, something happens top, something happens mid. Can you go? Yes or no? Probably not.
No,
But if you recall and go Noon Quiver, now you're farming. It something happens top or mid. Can you go? Now you
yeah,
can, right? And that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean when I say, or you're. I always want you to keep good conditions on the map because that's what makes a good jungler, right? If your
yeah.
conditions are good, that means you could probably match a play. And if you
Mm-hmm.
can match a play, it's a lot of fucking pressure. Whereas if you're doing this, yes, it's fine. It's greedy. But it's like realistically speaking, if something fucking happens, GG, right?
Yeah.
Alternatively, this will be fine to do if you feel like there's no play on the map, right? Let's say your bot is reset, your top is reset, your mid's resetting. Actually, perfect scenario. Quite literally, you got lucky. Like
Yeah.
nothing is happening on the map, and if that's happening, completely fine to like greed. But like it's such a rare scenario. That's one, and two. The other thing is better anyways because even like okay, you're gonna reset with them, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna reset with them and get Noon Quiver, and you guys are gonna be on the map at the same time, which means anything that happens, you guys will all be synced up, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing this, even though it's a little bit more greedy, let's say you recall and you're being greedy, but then something happens 30 seconds from now. Like, let's watch, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they could have fucking ganked bot. Maybe mid lane would have been punished for crashing that wave. Maybe Camille gets dove on this wave, and you're like your conditions are shit. You go match, and now you're weaker on the 2v2, even though you just won a 2v1, but
Yeah.
you didn't spend your gold yet. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense. Yes, for sure.
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry. When I say does that make sense, it's not like condescending or anything. It's more of
No,
just
no,
like
no,
a
no.
finish. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
of course. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Don't worry.
Nice. Yeah, I don't want to like disrespect you or anything,
No, no, no,
but
no, it's fine.
yeah. Um,
I'm not easily offended anyways. Not with a coach either. I'm here to learn.
yeah.
What you say is law right now, man.
But you go back on the map completely fine, and now I'm gonna teach you a concept about. You ever heard of? Actually, okay. You know what? I want you to start thinking about this when you start playing. When you start playing,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to start thinking about this concept right here, opera, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna matter a lot because oh, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. Okay, opera basically. Oh, what objective am I playing for? Like immediately when you get out, when you get on a reset, what am I playing for, right? So when you're
Yeah.
playing this, start thinking right here, what am I playing for? Do I want grubs? Do I want dragon? Do I want to help my bot lane get a push out so I can invade? What do I want? Just think about something that you want, right?
Yeah.
If you want grubs, okay, go to grubs, right? And what does
Mm-hmm.
that mean? If I go grubs, can he take my bot side? If he can't take my bot side, then something just fucking happened, right? If he can't take my bot side, start thinking about shit like, okay, I just want grubs. He can take my bot side. And this is when you start becoming a better player and building on stuff. If I go grubs, he takes my bot side. His camps are up. What camps are up? What camps can I take afterwards? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
So,
how I've been thinking a bit more now. Actually,
right.
this week it all makes sense because these are all things that I've been starting to think more about now. It's been like starting since like this week. I said to myself, okay, now I'm gonna stop playing this flippy playstyle, this very aggressive playstyle, because I started feeling, like it's a 50-50. Either it works and I become very, very strong, or it doesn't and it feels very, very bad. And I want my games to feel consistent. I want my games to feel like I'm always in control. So I
Exactly.
have been playing like that. And like when I went out of base here, or even when I did the top side clear here, I was thinking probably like, okay, I was looking at my top and mid, saw what they are doing. I saw that I will not probably have prio for the grubs. Therefore, I clear my top side, I go back, get my item, I go for a bot side clear, and either I go for a bot side invade if I see him on grubs, or I go for a bot side gank, or I go for the dragon. Like whatever is best at the moment, right? But the plan here was probably get my bot side done, and then see whatever we can hopefully do.
Okay.
I think I
And
play. I think I play very reactive, if that makes sense as well. I feel like my
right.
playstyle is a bit reactive.
Yeah. So, um, and speaking about that, that's why the opera thing is really good, right? I
Yeah,
want you to think about what objective you're playing for, and now you're gonna start thinking about the preparations, right? Like what makes a good objective take. Vision really helps, and like
yeah,
clearing the opposite side of the map helps. So let's say you know, like you said, you don't want grubs. Okay, completely fine. So what are you playing for? You playing for your bot side camps is not a real objective, right?
no, I'm
If
playing for
they're
the yeah,
right, so if you don't want grubs immediately and you want to think about that, then okay, let's start thinking about if you want to play for dragon. If you want this dragon, what makes a good dragon? And concepts like that are what you slowly build upon, right? Does my bot
yeah,
lane have proud? Does my mid lane have proud? Do I have good vision? Can I hit this dragon, right? Do I need my
yeah,
bot lane to hit it with me? Etc. 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 Right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then, the E in opera is just execute it, get the objective, whatever the fuck you're playing for. Or, like counter, like you said, if you're playing for dragon and you see that they're on it or something, or like they're coming, chance, or if you're playing for
mm-hmm.
grubs here, chances are they probably didn't farm their camps, right? So even if they get the grubs, they're losing something for it, right? Because they got it off CD. Like these are things you need to remember in game, right? If they're
Yeah.
doing grubs and they didn't farm the camps, like especially with this game, chances are he's gonna be low from grubs, and now your mid and top are gonna be slow pushing out, and now you can just walk into his jungle, and now he's losing 2 camps for this grub, right?
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
again, nothing in League is ever free, and then just always thinking about resetting. And again, my initial point, keep your conditions good, right? Do not stay on the map with shit conditions. It's you're greeding, right? And greed
Yeah.
a lot of the times is not good.
Yeah.
Like 99% of the times it's not good. A lot of everybody does it, don't get me wrong, but it's just the more you think about it, the more clean your games are going to feel, right? And then just again, right? Every time you reset, yo, what am I playing for, right? Very easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's for the most part early game slash mid game. It'll help you a lot. I promise you, it'll help you a lot. Objective,
Yeah.
like a lot of times when
Yeah.
objectives are down, people don't know what to play for. But look, turret, 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 right?
Yeah.
And then usually, if all 6 of these are down, free Baron, right? So
Yeah.
try to think about that concept more in your future games.
Mhm.
So right here, you're going to Raptors. You say you want to clear bot side, but again, like there's no clear plan of what you want to do. Like, what objective are you playing for after these bot side camps, right? Like, you
Yeah.
see him, or you see Fiddle and Talon on bot, but immediately your head doesn't fucking click because you're not thinking. Like, you're not thinking 30 seconds prior. If they take this grub, what are you doing? Because if you knew they were going to take these grubs and you knew you couldn't contest it out of base anyways, why are
Yeah.
you not just running straight into his bot side? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
True.
thinking.
Yeah.
Like, if he's here and you know he's here, then why are
Yeah.
you not here or diving Kaisa? It doesn't make sense, right?
True. Yeah. Yeah, because I
So
was
already,
thinking, now I remember, because I did see that Fiddlesticks was grubs. That's why I did not go there, but my reaction was obviously not the right one.
right. And
Yeah.
again, we talked about this prior to the coaching session.
Yeah.
You want to make plays where even if they see you, right?
They
It's a
can't do
good
anything
play,
about
right?
it. Yeah.
If you saw that Talon is here, is this a good play? If you knew Talon was here 100%, is this a good play from Talon? Probably not, right?
No.
Which
Yeah.
means just walk here. You don't even need to see where Fiddlesticks is. Just walk here. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is yours.
Yeah.
Now, like even more so. Now, look, even better, right? If you're here and you see Fiddle, look what position you're in to dive bot. Like it
Yeah.
just you see how these things just make the game so much easier when you
Yeah.
start thinking about it.
Yeah.
And this is not hindsight, right? Again, we
No.
can
Yeah.
go back 30 seconds and we think to ourselves at 4:30, hmm, or like right here, can I contest grubs? Probably not. My Zillion's not moving. I don't know where Fiddle is. I'm gonna just go run into his bot side. I win
Yeah.
1v1. If he's there, I win the 1v1. If he's not there, then I get a play, right? Either way,
Yeah.
it's a good play, right? Even if he
Yeah.
sees you, it's a good play. What can this talent do if he sees you? He
Yeah.
can't do anything. Like just imagine if enemy team had full vision of you. If they saw what you were doing, would it still be a good play? Start thinking about the game like that, and your games are gonna feel a lot cleaner and a lot less coin flip.
Yeah.
Vision in League is like a little bit fake. Because it's just like you shouldn't be doing shit anyways. That's like, but like obviously, that's where the really
Yeah.
creative play comes in, right? When they don't have vision of you, that's where it's so strong to do some cheeses, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, already,
So
another
here,
thing you can,
like, just to like reset, just like if I ever find myself in a, I see the support and jungle are doing grub, so I know I can't contest them because my support is still bot. Here, the best play is to just instantly look to dive the Kai'Sa here and or invade
well,
the bot side,
yeah,
and don't care about my bot side here because my bot side ain't going nowhere.
yeah, it's defended
Yeah.
already, right? And like you don't
Yeah.
even have to dive Kai'Sa. It's just make him lose something for grub. Wait, what the hell? Make
Yeah.
him lose
Exactly.
something for grubs, right? Like, why is he getting it for free? He's only getting it for free is because you're not thinking about the grubs, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. You
why
should
does
always
he
lose
get to
something
keep
for
his
it.
wolves and Gromp? Yeah, why does he get to keep his wolves and Gromp? It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, right? And if he doesn't, like, even if you can only get one because maybe your tempo's a little behind, doesn't matter. It's still one camp. Like little wins matter a lot. You know what I mean? Little wins add up. One camp becomes two, and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, until you start getting more level leads. And then one camp isn't going to be one camp anymore. You're going to be so strong where you push them off 2 camps.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
little thing matters, right?
Yeah.
Right here, you want to hit dragon, but already again, what did we just talk about? If they see you here, is it a good play, right? So
Yeah.
again, we'll apply that same concept. If Talon sees you here, can he run straight from base and contest this? He can. You know
He
why?
can. Yeah.
Because your bot wave is not even that stacked, Oriana
Yeah.
only has to catch one wave and move, and now you're going to be using your spells on the dragon. So this is not even like a winning fight, right? This is a
Yeah.
very even fight. And
Yeah.
honestly, this is a losing fight because you're losing your abilities on the dragon. A
Yeah.
thing about Bel'Veth, which fucking sucks, your E is so important that if you're using it on the dragon,
Yeah.
you lost the fight, right? You're not
Yeah.
winning this fight, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see how like right here, maybe he didn't farm a camp. Maybe you're keeping tempo correctly and you're doing it, right? Either way, it's just it feels bad, right? Unless you're keeping, like
Yeah. Yeah.
what you would call it,
Like
um, track of tempo. But it's like he did grubs where right here he can
yeah.
be here. He just doesn't want to be here, right? Because he's not thinking
Exactly.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, the
so look
only real time that that dragon is free is if I'm hitting it as they are hitting the grubs.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And now like look how shit this kind of feels. You see how you again nothing in League is free. You see this?
Yeah.
You just made your bot lane move. And now you don't want to be bot anymore. But now
No,
look,
yeah.
bot lane doesn't want to recall, and now they're blocked from bot. It's
Yeah.
it's your job to help them go back. This is your job because you made them move, so now they can't catch their wave. But now you don't want to help them. So now what happens if Talon just sits here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Eh,
They're losing their lane now because of it. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this, I mean, this feels like shit, right? And now look, did this guy have to end like that?
No, no,
you
no.
know?
That's no,
Yeah,
no, no, exactly. It's
yeah,
because he's
exactly.
bad. It's
Yeah,
because
but
he's
like,
bad.
they already lost 2 waves down here, right? Like, they already
Yeah.
fucking lost 2 waves. So,
Yeah.
in reality, you should be asking yourself, was that dragon worth 2 waves worth of EXP and gold for my bot lane? And the answer
Yeah.
is no.
No, yeah.
No objective is ever worth that much in the early game,
No,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Like, you got lucky that he inted, completely
Yeah.
fine, right? This is where mechanics come in and why it matters a lot to play mechanically well. And that's why I tell you to play, a few champions, which you are, right? You're sticking
Yeah.
to Bel'Veth, and if Bel'Veth's not banned, I can see that, you're playing Nocturne, Viego, whatever. But yeah, it
Yeah,
matters, right? Because,
yeah, exactly. I haven't really decided on a good second champion. The problem I find is I have these champions that I had know like that I've played earlier when I've played, but I've not never played anything this serious like Bel'Veth before.
all right.
So I have the problem is I don't enjoy any other champion enough to actually like the games where she is banned. I have less fun, so I obviously
Yeah,
perform
that's,
less. Yeah, you know, like
yeah,
so
that's
right
fine.
now I'm just trying to figure out the second champion that I actually enjoy to play so that I can actually just like, okay, she's banned, now I just go and play this champion instead. And I
Right.
think I'm going to be playing Kane now a bit because both he's very strong, but I've also like have played him very, very much when he was kind of
Yeah, I
new.
mean,
But I
that's,
played a lot of Red Kane, which is now
yeah.
buffed, so that feels good for me.
Yeah, it's completely fine. But again,
Yeah.
like last time I'll touch on this subject. I mean, I'll touch on it mid and late game, but like again, same thing. And this is why it's gonna help you so much, right? What are you
Yeah.
playing for? Do you even know what you're playing for when you're watching this VOD? What, the second you reset
No.
here, you just bought a recurve ball, and now you're back on the map. But look, you're just looking at your camps, right? The
Yeah.
only thing you're thinking about is your camps. You're not thinking about anything on the map right now. It's just your
No.
camp. So now
I know
your
exactly
mind
what
is
I'm
like,
I know exactly
right,
what I'm thinking of right here. I'm thinking of a top down to a full, like a full top side into bot side, and then
yeah,
we
but
go
like
from
why?
there. That's what my thought is
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, but like why? Dragon's not up. There's no guarantee that there's gonna be a dive.
No,
His bot side
exactly.
camps might be cleared, right? Like,
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
you
yeah,
really playing for? Now, if you were thinking about it, you hold
yeah,
tab right here. What am I playing for? You even have these timers, which is fantastic. Grubs are up in 2 minutes. Okay, you know grubs are up in 2 minutes. So
yeah,
why are you not just full clearing bot to top and ending up at grubs to get the grubs at the end of your full clear? It doesn't make
yeah.
sense, right? Look,
True.
your
Yeah,
camps are literally respawning in 14 seconds. You're just not thinking, right?
yeah,
And this is And now, if you do your top side and you jerk off there, and at the end of it, you want to do your grubs, now he can just take your bot side camps for free. Like, you see how the game just
exactly.
starts
Yeah,
really spiraling out of control the second you
yeah,
stop thinking. Like, nice, you're here. Now what? Now what? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
look how much time you're gonna waste. I'm not even gonna say anything for the next minute. Okay?
yeah,
Like, I don't have to like watch the VOD to predict that you're gonna waste time.
yeah,
Right? Did this guy have to int? You know? Probably not. And look, if Talon's here for some weird reason, not honestly, not even a weird reason because you both just like fought bot so he could be top as well.
yeah,
Jungle swung. Jungle just got swung. After all the shit you did the first 8 minutes, Jungle just got swung because he's
Yeah.
gonna get a fat shutdown. He's gonna get the EXP, and the second he hits six first, your game is fucked. If he's good at the game,
Yeah.
if he six hits six first, that means he gets either a free timer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's just it. He gets a free timer on the map, right? Like
Yeah.
why is he six first after that early game? Why does he get to be six first? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your game immediately ends right here if there's a Talon. Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
immediately end, but you get the point. Like you see, you can't even like I said, I didn't even have to watch the VOD to predict this. Like how shit does this feel? Nice.
Look him inting here, and by the way.
Yeah, and then he randomly fucking in. Like he
Yeah.
literally could have just taken your top side
Yeah.
and then taken grubs or
Yeah.
taken grubs or whatever the fuck, right? Or just keep
Yeah.
farming and like you would have been whatchamacallit, just down levels now. And
Yeah.
but it's like you watch this and you think to yourself like, why the fuck am I down levels when I'm so far ahead? You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and that's because you're not thinking. You're not thinking about what objective you want to play for, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just walking on the map and you're thinking about your camps. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why like I really want to touch up on this subject. Like it will help you a lot. Like I promise, it gives you so much direction when you're in the middle of a game, right? Like just
Yeah.
what am I playing for? What am I playing for? What objectives? Okay, Baron. Okay, let me make sure my bot side camps are down so I can't lose anything. You know, in
Yeah.
case we don't get the Baron, I don't lose that much, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And now again, you're just clearing up, but now you're down tempo, right?
Yeah.
Or I
Cell
guess you're
be
even tempo.
delayed.
He into two. Sorry, no, he into two. So
Yeah.
like you're even tempo now, 1-1. But again, it's just like a lot of these things that you're doing, like you're getting bailed out by them inting,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's because Talon has been playing very badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been
So right
saving
here,
my bad macro plays.
right? And like, look how shit this feels, right? You want grubs? Okay, fantastic. You're saving a play. This is like completely fine. Feels like shit. Again, it feels like shit,
Yeah.
but you kind of have to, right? Cool. Camila saved. Now they get grubs. Now what? Now your top side, you can't even go to his bot side, and they just got grubs. So you have no counterplay. So
Yeah.
you just lost again, right? You just lost another timer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, like again, like okay, well, you know, I don't know why talent's out here, but you get the point, right? If he was here,
Yeah. 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 Of course.
but yeah, you doesn't I don't really care what happens like after this, right? The problem is
No.
or the whole thing is basically just playing with purpose, and right here you literally have no purpose because now look, because of all the shit that you've done, this game just spiraled out of control and like your brain is like so fuzzy, right? Like you
Yeah.
you literally are so lost. Your topside camps are up. You don't even know if you want to contest dragon. You just lost a topside fight and you're pissed off, you know? Like now you have to
Yeah.
start thinking about so much shit that you don't need to think about because right here all you needed to do was farm your camps. That's
Yeah.
all you needed to do. Just clear up and look how much smoother the game is. All right, let's watch what would have happened if you were bot side right at the end of all this, or at the start of all this. Sorry. So
Yeah.
you reset here. You get out of base. All right. Wait, what the fuck? Am I trolling? Oh yeah, it's scrolling too fast. My bad. Okay, so you get out of base, right?
Yeah.
Kill him. Fantastic. Press B. Honestly, really good of you to press B here. Like I know it sounds like crazy, but really good base value here. It
Yeah.
resets your tempo pretty well. You
Mm.
did it subconsciously. Others would like farm their top side to greed, but you already have recurve ball, right? You're not getting any stronger.
No.
You did it
Exactly. Yeah.
subconsciously, but yeah, this is like, but yeah, look. All right, so you're walking your bot side. Cool. Kiana ints, whatever. It is what it is. 1-for-1 mid. Doesn't matter, right? You're going to be at your red right about now. You're farming your red, right? Your Kiana's inting. Cool. Look, you didn't even need to be here. So now, you know? All right, farming your red, chilling, farming your red. Oh, your Krugs are up. Probably gonna farm your Krugs right after, right? Or like your Raptors. Kiana
Yeah.
dies, and you know Talon's top side. You farm your bot side here. Your Camille just fucking uh did a close 1v1, and now you see Fiddle top. This
Yeah.
guy's a dead if you're bot side.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And you get his bot side camps, right? And you know
Yeah.
that because he just died right here, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck can he go from his bot side to right here to get a Kiana kill? He can't.
No,
He
yeah,
literally can't. He can't hack the game. So if he's here, then you know
yeah,
that this is up because if you're
yeah,
paying attention, this is spawning, right?
exactly. Yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And do you see now why? Like, if you think about these objectives, that's what I'm saying. Build up
yeah,
on thinking about the objectives, and then start thinking about how to react within the game when shit like this happens, right? Like, yo,
yeah,
what the fuck? Fiddle's top, Talon's top, his bot side camps are up. Okay, I'll just give grubs. But they're not losing, like they will lose a lot for these grubs, right? You're losing 3 camps. Or I
yeah,
guess if he farms your top side, right? You're trading camps at the very least. And you're
yeah,
diving this Kai'Sa, which means she's gonna lose more than 2 plates, right? Maybe
yeah,
even 3, and if you're doing the math, that's about 375 gold and a kill. So that's you he's basically trading grubs for 675 gold at the very least, and that's not
yeah,
even considering the minion gold or the minion EXP, right?
yeah,
But yeah, that's like shit that I want you to think about and like why, shit like this is not allowed. You're just making it so it is allowed, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right. So we'll just speed up again. Like I said, like I don't really need to see the game to like predict what a lot of things are gonna happen just from like you moving out of base, right?
yeah.
So you just died. Your brain is fuzzy as fuck now. Like you don't even know these camps are up. You're just walking to them. Like how shit does this feel, right?
I think I'm saying it as well. I think I'm saying it right now. I don't even know if this is up.
Yeah, like literally. Like you don't
But
even
I
know if it's up. Cool.
no,
Now it's up, right?
yeah,
Fantastic. But shit like this is always gonna happen. That's okay. Breathe. Now again, just apply opera. What are you playing for? Can you fight this dragon? Yes or no? If you can't fight, okay, clear your topside camps and do something top. Why? Because if you can't fight this dragon and you're doing something top, if that talent
mm,
matches you top, at the very least, he's not getting dragon, right?
exactly. Yeah, and then
Right.
maybe I can, depending on
Yeah,
what happens.
exactly. Exactly. But again, you're
Yeah,
just mindlessly clearing. Now,
yeah,
when you farm your camps and you're at the bot side of the map, you have no play because you're not thinking, right?
yeah,
Like, look, this dragon's up, he hits it, then what? What are you gonna do? Oh,
yeah,
nice. And like, I get nothing for
yeah,
fun,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, cool.
Now I see him as well.
Yeah. Like, why is this guy just not hitting dragon?
Yeah,
MF just died. Like, Zillion just showed. He literally has like bot and mid prio. And now look. Like, just watch yourself for the next minute because you're
yeah,
not thinking about what to play for. To get dragon, you go farm raptors. After these raptors, I just want you to watch what you're doing. Okay, like I want you to watch and like just see how shit this feels.
yeah,
Now what? You're lost on the map. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now I'm just reacting to whatever might happen.
All right. So what I want to ask you is, if they didn't int mid just now, is your game fucked? Yes or no?
Yeah, hard
Yeah,
fucked.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
have nothing to
exactly.
do. I have nothing
And
to
if
do
you're
at
gonna,
all for a whole
yeah,
minute before something spawns again.
exactly. And if you're playing a champion like Bel'Veth, there should always be something to do. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah. Now I should be looking
Because
mid as well. I should be looking what they're doing because they're diving in. And if I was there, he
right,
would be dead.
exactly. Like
So that,
you're blundering,
yeah,
but they're fucking up too. So like you're
yeah,
getting bailed out. But that's okay. That is okay. Why? Because if you're fucking up less than your current elo, you will climb, right? That's just
yeah,
the
yeah,
natural like way of climbing works. But
yeah,
against better players, like let's say Masters GM and you do this type of shit, your game will immediately end, right?
yeah,
Like a lot of times you hear me say like, "Oh fuck, my game's over," right? And then I'm like,
yeah,
"Okay, never mind." Like this guy randomly just entered into me, Like thank
yeah,
God.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he gave
But
he
early
gave it
game,
back.
it's
He
just
gave it back.
right,
Yeah, 'cause-
exactly. He gave the ball back for
yeah,
no fucking reason, right? He didn't need to do what he just did, but he just decided to
exactly.
do
Yeah,
it because he's bored, ADHD, or he's just not fucking thinking, right? Same thing
yeah,
right here. Yo,
uh,
press B. What are you playing for?
yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
nice.
just
You're gonna
reading
farm your
now.
topside camps, and what? When they hit grubs, you're gonna hit it.
Yeah,
Like, okay, cool.
no,
You
no,
see
yeah.
talent bot here? Fantastic. You
I
better
should.
not hit Gromp after this. Yeah,
uh,
fantastic. You see?
yeah, I
Okay,
think I
well.
do.
Oh, I mean, okay, well. Whatever, it's fine, but you get the point, right? Like
Yes,
you're not
yes.
reacting because like you also know why, like the psychology behind this bullshit too. Like I've been in this
Yeah,
situation, like I understand. Like you feel like you're behind. That's
yeah.
why you want to farm these camps. If you were ahead, you would not give a fuck about these camps, right?
No,
Like
exactly, yes. But I feel behind,
exactly.
yes, because I
Yeah,
know I've done
exactly.
so many mistakes. I'm trying to correct them with not losing, not like if I feel like
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
or like my
And
mind in this situation is telling me like if I at least keep on taking camps at respawn, at least
right.
I'm getting as much XP as I can.
exactly. I'm sure you've been in this scenario, all right?
Yeah,
You failed a level 3 gank, and now one lane needs a help, and you can't come, right?
yeah,
And you can't come because
exactly.
you fucked up, right? That's
Yes,
literally
yes,
what's
yeah,
happening here. They don't know that you can't come because you fucked up. Junglers know that you can't come because
yeah,
if you fuck up twice in a row, your game immediately ends at 4 minutes, right?
yes,
Like your
yes,
game's fucking over.
yeah,
But they
yeah.
don't know that, right?
No,
But
exactly,
of
yeah,
course, like, why did you even fuck up in the first place, right? Like that's just the cold hard truth. Like, why did you fuck up and you weren't here for that, right? And that's the way
yeah,
some lanes will work. You need to have that timer, and sometimes you're gonna have to make a fucking decision of whether to go, top mid or bot. The other side will suffer, but you better punish, the side that you're pathing to. And
yeah.
sometimes, even if you help them out, they might not carry. And that some games are gonna be like that, and it's not your fault, right? Don't get mad at those games.
No, yeah.
But don't ever be the fucking reason why you can't, like can't win.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's always my
Right?
priority. And usually I usually play
Right.
very egotistical. You will see if you watch me play, I will usually take up until one point when I feel like, okay, now I'm so strong that more kills won't really do anything for me. When I'm at that
Right.
point, I start giving kills to my teammates, but up until then, I don't trust them enough to give them anything. If I
Right.
don't already see that they're okay, this guy is really good. If I just help him get the snowball going, he will kind of handle himself, right? But so, usually I'm like, okay, I don't trust these people, so I know
Right.
that I am a common factor in my wins.
Uh-huh.
So I know that if I get ahead, I win more than I lose. So that therefore I'm very egotistical a lot of the times. Like I
I
help
mean,
my
yeah.
teammates, but I take the resources.
I
If
mean,
that
jungle
makes
is
sense.
also a very fucking punishing role. Like, if the enemy jungle is good and they're ahead, if this
Yeah,
Talon is 6'2" and you're 2'3" and he sits in your jungle, what can you do?
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Same thing
You
with
can't do
Bel'Veth.
anything.
If you didn't
Yeah,
fuck up and you sit in his jungle, what can he do? Now
yeah,
he's forced to either flip and go to your camps. He's probably gonna die if it's warded, or
yeah,
he just loses everything and the game ends, right? This is
yeah,
why not fucking up early is so important. I mean, obviously, that is so obvious when you say it out loud, but it's just like I want to point out these mistakes and like, tell you the counterplays and tell you what you could have done and like give you
yeah.
concepts like opera where you can like actually apply these concepts to where like I could like I'm showing you this game should have ended at 15 minutes. But again, you should never have the lead that you had in the first place. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's because he threw. I gave it.
Right.
I gave it, and I'm very aware of it, and it shows with my playstyle. Because already from like minute from that fucking raptor, like at 1:30, literally at that point, you can already tell that. Well, maybe you can't because this is the only game you've seen by me, but after that 1:30 raptor thing, and then he takes my raptors, I play confused for the rest of the game because I like
Exactly.
it doesn't happen that often. I don't know what to do, and I feel stressed and behind the whole game, even though he has given me the ball back a long time
Yep.
ago, and I could have just mentally reset and just started over, right? And I
Yeah,
would have been
exactly.
fine. But I'm still playing like I'm behind all the time, and by doing that, I put myself behind.
Right. Same thing
Yeah,
right here. You're doing the exact same thing. You get heroed. Okay, what are we playing for? You're not. You're now the next thing, right? Next objective. How do we use this herald? You're not even thinking about that, right? What lane do you
no,
even want to use this herald in? You're just walking into his jungle with 2,000 gold in your like pocket for
yeah,
what? You know what I mean? It's just
yeah,
like, okay, cool. You killed Fiddle or you killed Oriana. You see Kaisa bot. Okay, so chances are this viewer is probably going to show topside, and you don't know where Talon is, and you guys are diving like this, right? All
yeah,
right, cool. Oriana's dead. You're not thinking. You're still not thinking. Oriana's dead. Talon's bot. Why did you not just Herald mid and just get a free turret, right?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
like, why did, or whatever the fuck? Why did you? If you, also another point why the R in Opera matters a lot. Reset. Let's
yeah.
watch. You get this. Actually, let's go back even more. Right? You see Talon, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna press B here. All right. Watch what happens. Press B right now. 4-second recall, right?
Yeah.
Because of Herald. If he's here, you're probably gonna meet him there, right? He doesn't have enough time to take your red and Krugs, right?
Yeah.
This whole bot side's up.
Thank you so much for the follow,
And
man.
you're way fucking stronger than him because he hasn't reset yet, right? So this entire thing is yours, correct?
Yes, it is.
You just pushed him out. He has no bot side camps. What are the chances he's gonna stay here and help them with the Herald when you Herald like this and get 2 gold? Because mind you, this turret's worth 700 and this turret is worth 300. So
Yeah.
you literally could have had 350 plus 1000, 1350. That is 4 kills, basically. You could have
Yeah.
had 4 kills worth of gold right here if you were thinking.
Yeah.
Because again, this red is not his, right? Now you recall it, but now it's gone. But now look, he gets to leave, and now you don't even know what the fuck he's doing, which means
Yeah.
chances are, it's a flip now, right? Where
Yeah.
even if he didn't go for this red buff about 30 seconds ago, and you reset, okay, the red's up. Chances are he recalled, right? Or he went back into his bot side. Either way, you know he's bot, right?
Yeah.
Which means you can farm your bot side camps and then you can herald bot. And if he wants to match, cool, fantastic. Let him match. He's gonna have to catch a wave, and now you get to play mid, right? Like these advanced concepts will come into play when you start to actually think about what objective you're actually playing for, right? Because you need to figure out how to deal with these situations, but you're not even putting yourself into the situation in the first place. You're just mindlessly clicking around, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, anyways, again, same thing. You're eh, eh, honestly, it's like the mistakes. Even challenger solo queue players make this. Like, this is not something you learn until pro play. So, don't even stress about it. But people just click at the camps and react, right? Which is
Yeah.
fine for the most part. But you just need to know how to put yourself in advantageous scenarios to really get a consistent, stable game to where you can, you know, if you
Yeah.
are 56% win rate in your next 300 games, you're rank one, and that's where you want to be, right?
Yeah.
If you win, yeah, you get the point.
Mm. Yeah, cause like, it's also like I want, like my goals are high, if that makes sense. Like I don't only want to like improve from diamond. I want to be able on the EU server to actually compete for the top 10 ranks, right? Because I feel
Yep.
like there are usually so few, like, or so small things that needs to be fixed to go from where I am right now to go there. Like
It's
people
just a
obviously
lot of
are.
consistency. Yeah.
Exactly, yes, yes, exactly.
But again, just keep thinking about Opera. You didn't even think about how to use Herald, right?
No, yeah,
Again, lost on the map. You still have Herald, which is fine. You want to use the top or bot. Can you contest this dragon? You see how like so many of these questions can be answered in game.
yeah,
You hold tab. Do I want to fight dragon? Kiana Zillion are probably a losing fight. Let's go top. I have Herald, right?
exactly,
So
yeah.
it's just
Create
like
pressure far away from them,
exactly.
make
Yeah,
them
exactly.
stress a little bit.
Right, exactly. But now look, the thing you're doing,
I'm
they don't
throwing
feel pressure
tempo.
at all, right?
No, yeah,
Like I pray to God you run top here instead of reset. Okay, well. You see how like they're first and now you can't even contest it even if you wanted to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. But you're not
and
thinking about that.
no, yeah,
So now you're gonna go to a losing play unless Kaisa ends here. So your Kiana smurfing the game for you.
yeah,
Nice. Now you want to hit dragon? Fantastic. Now it's free because Kaisa just entered. But you see how like thinking about it matters a lot too, because now like you can plan for wards and stuff, right? And the fight's gonna be so much better. But now,
yeah,
like, look at this. If they know you're on dragon, you know it's bad too. That's why
yeah,
you left.
yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And because the waves aren't fixed, nothing is fixed.
no,
Like this dragon at the very best is gonna be completely even if they're not like checking you, right?
yeah,
Your Camille is smurfing on the map, you wanna go back? Cool. You just queued in blind. And now again, same thing with him. You didn't need vision to know they're on dragon, right?
no, yeah,
Because even if you queued in and they're not on dragon, it's a winning play. If they are on dragon, that's why you had the confidence to queue in because they can't fucking take this. Because you know that Fiora just went top, Oriana's mid, and Kaisa's dead. So you know there can only be two. You see what I
yeah,
mean now?
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, that's why that's why I felt confident in doing it. I knew I could.
Exactly. And this is the type
Yeah,
of scenario that you want to be in. You always want to be confident in your play.
yeah,
Boom, game ends. Go hero bot.
I
Please hit
can,
bot.
I can.
Please hit
I
bot.
did not. I can
No,
tell you I
you. No,
didn't.
you're going. You're going. You're going.
No,
Now
no,
you're smurfing.
I'm pretty
Just
sure I
hit bot.
don't. I'm
Oh
pretty
my
sure
god,
I
bro.
don't.
Oh my god. Oh
I'm
my
pretty
god.
sure I don't. I'm very, very sure I don't. I'm thinking I'll save it. No, look here. This
Oh
it's
my
zero
god.
damage to it. I remember this, and I was like, "Ah, fuck! I thought I at least killed the turret."
I mean, at least push this wave. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
good
I do
job.
that for sure.
I mean, then you stay for turret though, right?
I'm pretty sure I do, yes. But I think I get
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kiana's coming.
contested here, yeah. But I feel like yeah, she can't do shit though. Even if she ults me, she can't kill me. So I just get it and go. Yeah, now go out. Now I get out. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure I
I
have
mean,
the herald until it actually puts out itself. But I put it, yeah,
that's
because
fine. But like, you
because
see how you could have gotten so much if you're actually thinking.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So we'll just
sometimes it
fast forward.
actually stresses me a bit. Sometimes I know exactly what to do with the Herald. I have actually finished the game in 16 minutes, like with Herald. I finished the game, like just gone a
Yeah,
side lane and got everything with it and won the game.
yeah, you just
Um,
literally need to think and now look, like you said, you're
exactly.
look at this cope play. All right, just watch. You're literally doing this when your Kiana's in base, your MF is not here, and your Camille is pushing out a top wave.
Yeah, that's just because I've stressed myself because I know the Herald is dropping by itself right now. So I wanted to push the wave so I could actually get something with it, and instead I inted because of it.
Yep. Well, you don't die here? No, you do die here.
Yeah, I do.
No, but your team smurfs it for you. You didn't even think about their teleports when you did this.
No.
Yeah.
I
So
think
this is like if they
Kaisa aces us here. Yeah, she does.
yeah, this was literally on you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to review this game because I was like, I know this game. I had so many opportunities to win it, and
Right.
still I didn't.
Also, you see how bad they are? They didn't hit Baron.
Yeah, but these opponents are absolutely terrible. I should never ever lose this game ever.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like, if you can see how many mistakes they're making, like you need to see your own mistakes as well, right? Like the way I think about it to myself is just like, how the fuck am I losing, right? Like if people are giving up in your game, whatever, okay, and like you're not inting and they're just griefing, okay, not your fault. It is what it is. But like when you have all the gold, all the kill, all the resources, and you're not doing anything with it, that's a problem. How is this Talon getting to farm his own jungle? How are the objectives not yours? How are you behind in levels? How is everything even when you took everything? Right? You took everything and nothing was being done. Right?
Yeah,
Unless your laners were getting fucking smashed, which they weren't, like this game should not have ended up like this?
exactly. Yeah.
So I want to just show you like a point of my VOD before we continue this one, where I think it'd
Mm.
be really like whatchamacallit? Uh, I just wanted to show you one of these VODs to help you like really better understand, right? So we'll watch this game.
Mhm.
I think this will help you. Oh wait, no, not 17-2. Oh wait, uh, actually, I'll show you two VODs, right? Because it'll actually be pretty important. All right.
Mhm.
So this one, full challenger game, right? Does it
Mhm.
show borders? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, well, you just have to believe me. Full challenger game. Anyways, you see how nothing happens,
Yeah.
right? Very
Yeah.
standard clear.
Yeah.
Don't force anything.
Yeah.
The game just blew up because he fucked up, right?
Yeah.
He's never gonna have
Yeah.
a chance back, and I'll show you why.
Mhm.
You see how this dumbass is fucking pinging me?
Yeah.
Don't listen,
No,
right?
of course. Yeah.
Don't listen.
Yeah.
I listened to this retard. Okay, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I listened to this guy the next game, right?
Yeah.
And I lost immediately because I was like 14 hours into stream.
Yeah.
I didn't go this
Okay.
time because I knew it's bad. Again,
Yeah.
don't listen to your teammates, right? Reset.
Yeah.
Now look, even if he gets grubs, it's fine, right? Like I
Mhm.
control the bot side of the map. Take it. Oh, he's not on it. Why isn't he on it? Because he doesn't get to farm it because he knows he's gonna lose camps if he hits it. Like
Yeah.
that's why it's so constraining. Like you don't want to give camps for grubs. That's not a real play. The
No.
EXP
Yeah.
and gold matters a lot more, right? And
Yeah.
now look, he tries to fight me. Boom, game immediately ends, right? Why?
Yeah.
Because your conditions are just always better, and if they take a fight into you, the game just keeps ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like look, I get such a huge lead, and now I just farm for my Kraken. My camps are up. Just breathe. The game is
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
farm for my Kraken. Look, I even go as far as to fucking go all the way here for my Kraken and then reset. And now my conditions are good again. And now what can he
Yeah.
do? Nothing. I hit this dragon. What? He has vision on me? Go take it. If he takes dragon right here, I walk into his jungle, right? Same
Yeah.
shit. I take dragon. Now look. He's top. Okay. We kill bot. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now my top is suffering. Cool. It doesn't matter. Their bot is breaking. Now he has to reset and go bot. Now I get
Yeah.
to reset and farm my camps, right?
Yeah.
And just go top because now he can't be top. You see how it's just permanent fucking tempo and he can never
Yeah.
match you if he.
Yeah.
This is like Bel'Veth, right?
Yeah.
She's just too much fucking mobility and tempo. That's why the champ is OP. And now
Yeah.
look,
Yeah.
again, even if he knows I'm here, does it matter? No. Galio has
No.
R, even if they come
Yeah.
as two, right?
Yeah.
They came as two and he's contesting. I'm like, okay, just wait, right?
Yeah.
And like, you see how Aatrox can out TP in if I
Yeah.
just wait?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
just patient plays where it's just he's on this. He knows I know he's on this. How the fuck can he take this? He cannot. You see how the
Yeah.
game just keeps breaking apart when you like
Yeah.
just don't like just relax, just breathe. And like
Yeah.
I fuck up right here because I'm not thinking about Jackson Renekton in this push. And this is where your mechanics look fine, by the way. Your
Yeah.
mechanics are gonna start mattering when you get the gold like this. I fucked up, but I got bailed out by my mechanics, right? Like
Yeah.
a, a player that's worse at Bel'Veth would probably die here, and it's bad. Like this is a blunder, but I'm so ahead and my mechanics are better, where
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, right? But
Exactly. Yeah.
you trying to see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like a lot of times in my gameplay when I'm like try harding, just breathe, right? Don't get excited, just breathe. Same thing here. LCS Shaco, right? I don't know if you know 100 Thieves Rivers, LCS player, whatever, right?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Randomly fucking invades me, kills himself, so I just farm.
Yeah.
The game is over, right? And I think to
Yeah.
myself, can Shaco be here? Yes. So just press B. You
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
Don't flip it. Don't give him a play. Even if
Yeah.
he's here, now if I see him on blue, I just run him back into his jungle, right? Now I see he's
Yeah.
not here. Just keep farming, right? Like, look,
Yeah.
don't force anything. You don't have to force anything. Why? Because when all your camps are down and he's forced to do something, which I know he will,
Yeah.
because he's down and like he sees my bot lanes fighting,
Yeah.
how can he be here? He can't. Look, 3v3, he doesn't win. You see how
No.
the
Yeah.
game just keeps breaking when they fuck up once? All
Yeah.
you need
Yeah.
to do is not fuck up. Like quite literally, just don't fuck up. And that's why you just like when you have that lead, start thinking immediately what you're playing for, right? Right
Yeah.
here, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, if he's on grubs, bot's dead. But I
Yeah.
know he's not on grubs because he's walking down, right?
Yeah.
If I don't know he's not on grubs, I just walk to grubs. Because
Yeah.
even if he ganks my bot, at least I get grubs, right? You
Yeah.
get the point
Exactly.
now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's also like, just to like point it out, like obviously we're watching like a losing game because here's where I can learn the most, right? But in many of my games, like I have almost perfect KDA a lot of times, and that is because I am playing everything just as you're saying. Like I have an objective when I'm leaving base. I know exactly where I'm heading. Maybe he did one mistake, and I punish him the rest of the game for that one mistake because now I know I win everything after that, right?
Yep.
So a lot of
And
games I do these. I just need to stop doing these
Raptor
games
invade.
where I don't. Yeah, the Raptor invade. It's
Yep.
literally what threw me off this game. If I didn't do that, I probably would have never put myself in this
Yep.
situation where it would start snowballing out of hand, right?
Yep.
Mm,
You,
yeah,
yep. They kill you. It's around Baron. GG. Game's over.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Immediately the game just ended. Right.
yeah,
They get Baron. Okay. This is good to speak upon though. When they get Baron, don't panic.
mm-hmm. No,
Push out the waves, try to get as
yeah,
much as you can, and try to delay their Baron. Because
yeah,
most of the
exactly.
time, the game does not end from Baron. The game ends from people inting while they have Baron. If you just sit right here and
Yeah,
don't int, they have to dive you. They can't dive you. You know what I mean? Like a
exactly.
lot of
Yes.
times, their comps won't allow them to dive. That's why
Yeah,
champions like Nautilus and shit is so important, right? But people aren't gonna pick that shit. That's
no, yeah,
besides the point. Like they eat griefed, fantastic,
yeah, and
but
that's
they're
usually
playing well.
what.
They're playing around waves. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's usually what I feel that a lot of times because I play I play a lot like around Baron because I know how strong Baron is on Bel'Veth. Like when I get Baron, I can usually like solo finish games. I just build a huge wave of my own minions, and I just go and like, what can they do? They can't find me in the wave. They can't do anything, right? And you one shot
Yep.
towers, you just eat their base.
Yep.
But
And look,
but a lot of time I lose the game with Baron just because my team decides to int, and now I'm 1v5. They left me
yep.
alone. Yeah, and I and now I have to waste the time of the Baron, and I can't do anything.
Yep. Look, your team
Yeah,
just died for no reason. And
yeah,
now that's when they get the inhibs. Whereas if MF was here and Camille was here, chances are you probably don't lose these turrets. Yeah.
yeah,
Right. But again, they're bad, so you don't lose it anyways, right? So you reset at a base. The only thing you should be thinking to yourself is not inting. But again, you're not thinking, right? You don't
yeah,
even know what the objective is. The current objective is to not die and wait out their Baron. But
yeah,
yet you're pushing onto the map when your Camilla's bot, your MF is catching a top wave, and they see your MF is catching a top wave. Let's see if they know that Camille is in base. They do know Camille is in base because she just spawned. MF is catching a top wave. Your
yeah.
Zillion's with you. Do you know where any of them are? Let's see.
I know
So
if
they just left. Nope, you don't have you know
you're
Fiora.
a
That's the
bot,
only one
yeah,
you. And do
yeah.
you even know if Fiora has TP or not?
No, no, no,
Probably not, right?
probably
So
not.
right
Yeah, I don't
here,
think so.
we can make the assumption that this is a 2v5, 3v5. Why are you fighting a 3v5? Unless your Camille has TP. At the very least, 4v5. But you're not holding like tab and like even seeing if she has TP or not. And then you just randomly engaged on them. Like you're just emotional here. Or
Yeah,
like you're just not thinking. Like you're literally just like monkey fighting, right?
yeah,
It's just like, all right, cool. Win or lose. Like you're not thinking, right? Oh, look, Kiana died. You got Kaisa. Fantastic. 1,000 gold, right? Cool. He kills him. Now you're fighting in. Now you're leaving. But the problem about all this, just look at the waves.
yeah,
Right. It's shit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Fiora gets a move timer because Camille has to catch. Now Fiora's top, chasing down your MF. She doesn't get anything, but now you're dead. And now you like, cool. You got an item. Fantastic. Thank God you got 1,000 gold. Now you have another opportunity, thankfully, to win the game, right? Again, they keep inting.
yeah,
Fantastic, right? When you're in those scenarios, just like sit in your jungle, wait for them to come in, and hope to God you get a pick. Again, same shit here. You're just not thinking about what to play for. There's nothing
yeah.
up. Why are you even here? You see two bot. You know you have no vision. What are you doing? Right?
Yeah,
Look, ticking timer on your head. You see him. You see Fiddle, but then you don't run.
yeah,
Like, you see, like it feels bad. Yeah, and then you're
yeah,
upset. Like
yeah,
like it fucking feels bad. It feels bad. No, it does.
yeah,
It feels fucking
yeah,
annoying. It's fucking annoying as shit. Like
yeah,
I can't. You literally, but you don't want to be in this position. Like you literally cannot even touch your own camps. You see what I mean by desperation?
yeah.
You have to give it up because you fucked up. Like I've been in your situation, and like when I'm of clear mind, like I just give it up, right? No ego, but it's just like
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
fucked up. Like this is the consequence of your actions, right?
yeah, yeah,
Right. And now you're dead. Look, for 37 seconds, you have to pray to God your teammates don't in.
yeah,
You literally for 37 seconds, you have to pray to God these teammates don't in. If they int, the game is over and you have nothing like nothing you can do. Whereas if you are up, at the very least, maybe you can outplay, right? Because you're in control. And again, because you have gold. But now look, you're just looking. You're literally just praying.
yeah.
Oh, all right, guys. Thankfully they get nothing. Right? 10
Mm-hmm.
seconds later, again, what are we playing for? Dragon? We want dragon? All right, cool. Let's play for dragon. How do I get dragon? You bought no control wards, right? You don't even know how to get vision here. And that's where you start learning, right? Push mid
Mm-hmm.
for vision and then get like vision slowly. Like Fiddlesticks is dead, but you're still looking for your camps, right?
Yeah,
Like, why are you looking for your camps? You want this dragon. This is not playing for dragon. This guy is dead and they have no vision, yet you're not over here. You see where the problem is?
yeah,
And now look, cool. You're farming, you're getting level 16, but like, now what? Fiora's pushing top and they have full vision control, and you're up against the Fiddlesticks. How do you enter? You don't. Dragon's not yours, and yet you still cope and run, right?
yeah,
Like I could have told you like fucking like what like when Fiddlesticks died, sorry, or whatever the fuck. Like this dragon wasn't yours. When you path up, this dragon's not yours. And
yeah,
why do you path up? Because you just fucking died right here. So you just want camps or level 16.
yeah.
You see? Like, you're not thinking about the objective, right? What
No,
is
yeah,
going to win you this game? Not Top
yeah.
Wave, not level 16. Mountain Soul is gonna win you this game. So why are you not playing for Mountain Soul?
Oh
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
not playing for Mountain Soul, you know?
No,
At
yeah,
the very least, if you're sitting here, they have nobody that can ward. If Fiora pushes top, at the very least, you can flip a smite and try to get Mountain Soul, right? Even if it's
yeah,
like a shit fight, 4v4, at least you can get Mountain Soul, reset. Cool, you lost the top inhib, maybe you lose Baron, but at least now they have to fight you mid bot, and now you have Mountain Soul, right? And now you have a better fighting chance. Now you just lost Mountain and you died there, and again, same thing. 48 seconds where you just pray to God your teammates don't die. I mean, they're already dead and you know the game's over. Like, I'm sure you know it as well, right?
yeah. I think I even
And
leave
you're
the game here.
yeah, when you're pissed off, you're gonna think to yourself, my teammates are shit. But obviously, right now you're more calm, you're more like you're thinking more, and you realize that,
Yeah,
yo, I'm all the way back here, this game should have ended, but it didn't, right?
yeah,
Most of the time, if it's a 40, 30, like a 35-minute game or like 30 plus, like all 10 players are playing like shit if it's like a 33-minute game because
yeah,
the average game time is around 27 minutes, right? So if it goes an extra 6, all 10 players are really fucking griefing, you know?
yeah,
Like every single person is griefing if the game doesn't end in 27.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, that's about it. Yeah. That went like a little bit over like an hour, but I think it's chill. Like at the very least, I think I went through a lot of topics that I
Yeah,
wanted
we.
to.
Yeah, exactly. We went through a lot.
But yeah,
Hope it's
but
fine by
that's
you,
about
man.
it. Nah, it's chill. Uh, but yeah, you have anything else you want to ask before we're finished?
Mm. I think I have to soak the
Oh,
information I just picked up. I think a lot of things I also know, if that makes sense. I just need to apply
mm-hmm,
it more, right? And I need to
mm-hmm,
understand the importance of leaving base with an objective, and I'll keep Opera as a good thing to keep in mind, right? Once you
right.
leave base, you leave with an objective in mind that you're playing for. You do the preparation, you do the execution, and then you reset.
Yeah, reset and then just
Yeah,
fucking do it again. Just think about the next objective. Like, don't panic. When you fuck up, don't panic. Just
exactly.
relax.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, just wait for they will give you the ball back. If they play a perfect game, then they deserve it. Right? All right.
Exactly.
Take the
Yeah,
win.
and
Yeah.
that's as I said in the beginning of the coaching session. That's something that I have been applying more, right? And right now, I am playing a lot more less tilted, and even if though I fuck up the early game, I'm like, okay, I fucked up here. Uh, I am okay with it. I'm just gonna keep on getting what I can, like what's guaranteed for me, my guaranteed camps, my guaranteed XP, my guaranteed levels. I'm gonna try to be always thinking right, so I'm always at the right or the right place at the right time, so that I can actually pick something up. And I know that in my rank there is like a 0.001% chance that they will do everything perfect the whole game. They will never. That doesn't happen in this rank. Very, very rarely. And as you say, if they do, then they deserve it. Nothing I could do. It's just GG. I fucked up. I know I fucked up. Don't do it again. Like, uh, so
Exactly.
I'm playing a lot more relaxed now, and I feel like I don't ever give up, if that makes sense. Uh, the only
I mean,
reason I left the
if you
game
don't
there
give
at the
up,
end was because I know it. I knew I wasn't even gonna be able to respawn before the game was over. That's the only reason I
bro, you
kept
don't gotta
left there.
explain to me. I
Yeah,
already know. you know,
yeah.
keep a good mental. Also, turn your chat off. Stop typing. It
Oh,
literally
I
does
can't. I can't even
absolutely
type.
fucking nothing. No,
Can't
it
even
doesn't.
type, and
Yeah,
then I
okay,
can't.
even better.
I'm chat
Okay,
restricted.
but yeah, but like turn off chat. Don't even read what they're saying. It's fucking useless. Even
Yeah.
at Challenger, I turn my chat off. I don't give a fuck. Bro,
No,
it's
but
useless.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Sometimes I don't, but
no, turn it off. I promise.
yeah,
Nope, turn it off. I promise you, turn it off. Because if you're even slightly annoyed and you're having a
yeah,
good day or a bad day, but your
yeah,
mental is good enough to at least play League, one person says one stupid thing, it's gonna piss you off. I promise. Just turn it off. Just trust me, bro. Like literally,
yeah. I
turn that
trust
shit
you. I
off.
trust you. Yeah, I know
Like
it. I
it's
know
so
it. I know
fucking
it.
worthless. Yes. Like even if you
Yeah,
think it won't get to you, it it will. And if it's gonna make you like not want to pass to him or help him out or some little thing that might win you the game, turn it off. If they
yeah,
start pinging stupid shit like vision pinging you because you're not there,
yeah.
mute their pings immediately. You know
Yeah,
they're gonna be a tilt pinger.
that's something that's one thing I was gonna say. Usually, like I usually go into a game and I press mute all immediately at the game
Do not
start.
mute immediately. Yeah. Do
I do that sometimes, but otherwise I don't. But as soon as they do one ping that I know is just completely grief, then I do it. And I'm like, okay, they're not gonna, because
yeah, exactly.
they do like without even you might even like acknowledging it, they might sometimes just shift what you were intending to do by a ping that you think you didn't react to, but you do anyways.
That's yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
So
So just
I
turn off the
usually
chat.
yeah, I usually just mute all immediately.
Yep, just turn off
I
the
don't
chat,
even
bro.
want to hear their. I know better than them what I should do usually. So I usually always just mute all. I don't even want to see their pings.
Yep, just turn off the chat. But yeah,
Yeah,
I hope I helped out a little bit, and
yeah, for sure, man, for sure, man.
I hope yeah, you feel like I didn't waste your time or nothing.
No,
Because
no, no,
every
no,
time I
man. And
coach
I hope,
somebody, yeah, I try to give them the most that I can, anyways,
yeah,
within a given
and I
sport.
appreciate your time a lot, man. You put way more than what you expected to do, I guess. So I really appreciate your time, man.
Nah, of course, bro, I got you. But yeah, anyways, if you don't have any more questions, I'm gonna go relax and eat for a little bit because I just did
Do
back
that,
to
man.
back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Go
yeah,
do that.
just message me anytime you need or whatever. Stop by the stream and ask questions if you ever fucking need anything. Like I'll
Yeah,
always,
for sure,
if I
man.
don't see it, it's because I'm focused on the game. So just ask
Of
again.
course.
Like don't be afraid to ask twice. I don't give a fuck, bro. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
Enjoy the
Of
rest of your
course.
night. Good luck if you're
Yeah, the
playing.
same,
Peace,
man.
bro.
Same, man. Peace, man.
Peace.
Take care.